Hello and welcome to the Geek Fortress stream. My name's TJ.
I'm Ryan.
And we are streaming out of Geek Fortress, located in sunny, windy? Overcasty, Snohomish, Washington. Chase kicking us right off the bat with a host. Thank you so much for that host. I hope all 36 of you are ready for some of that super sweet legacy action. I have a sneaking suspicion he was waiting until we went live to host.
Does that guy know us? Do we know him?
I have seen Chase make some decisions ahead of time, and I've seen those work out for him in the past. It wouldn't surprise me if he was somewhat omniscient.
What a good guy.
Come pick the matches there.
Hooray, round one's up.
Participation, Peter.
What's up, Hoon Tebin? Troy, you found the most hyped song to date? What? I'll need to check the timer. There's no match happening yet. That just goes on, and I'll just refresh it when we get down there. You don't need a timer. You don't need a timer yet. What's up, Thorfinn? We've got Ryan Coveragedale in the booth tonight. Huh. Nice! Thank you, Tevin. Of course, anybody who does want to help out the Geek Fortress store can go to geekfortressgames.com to see the sweet selection, get some cool cards, and all the kinds of things that you need. And of course, if you do want to, you can actually watch me stream MTGO and stream for the first time this 2 days from now on Sunday. Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
So, facing the wall.
Facing the wall is Chris Young on, True Name, Bug, Reduke list, I think. He's playing Leavold Bug.
Okay.
Leavold True Name.
Sure.
And then Eli's on Burn.
Ooh. That Eli?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll call it Leavold Bug.
Yeah. Seems good. He is playing, two. And I think Greens. I don't know if actually he's playing Greens. I didn't see it.
So Burn up against this deck, there's a weird kind of thing, because I want to say against any deck that's in Soul, like that bug color.
Is a bad matchup. Or a good matchup for Burn.
Right, but Leavold...
Drawing a card when you're dead doesn't help you, though.
That is a fantastic
and Price
way
of
to
Progress
put it.
doesn't target.
That is a good point, but, I don't know. This actually strikes me as a little bit more interesting as, your run-of-the-mill, say, Bug Delver is, I think, significantly less interesting and more hopeless in this matchup against Burn.
I mean, they have hymns. I don't think Chris is playing that. I think he's on, that Days, Force of Will kind of tempo strategy, so...
Counters for days.
For days, you could say. I think it'll be... I mean, it should be a good matchup, at least. I don't think it'll just be, a
one-and-done kind of thing?
Right.
Indeed.
Burn's notoriously good against 3-color greedy land decks, but at the same time, they have a fair game. They have counter magic, and they have... I think he is playing Deathrite, so he can gain some life.
True, and he may not know how to play against that strategy.
Yeah.
All right, let's find out for ourselves and head on down. We'll see you there. If you'd like to give them a thumbs up or Rooney, because...
You're good.
And also, I forgot to update the names. You're on there. And now you're not.
Oh, that's fine.
Look at that. You're gone.
Been gone.
Good and gone. Oh,
I
man.
think he's got land, fetch, and it seems like burn spells. Chain.
I do see a chain as well. That seems pretty solid.
Yeah. And I think...
I like
or,
burn.
I mean, I know the exact list. It's mine, so...
That's your burn deck?
Yeah. He's got 3 Searing Blaze, so that's going to be pretty good against this deck, besides True Name.
But Leavold's a 4/4.
3/3.
Oh, you're right. He is a 3/3. I was thinking of a different card that isn't Leavold, Emissary of Trust.
He's a 4/4 on the inside, though.
He's got the heart of a 4/4.
There he is.
But,
Tiny Leader's champion.
oh, dang it. I forgot to do that. There's the smallest possible chance that I might have to go down and then immediately reload this up if this doesn't work out the way I want it to. But let's find out. If it tries auto-focusing again, we might have to. Let's see. Let's see.
Is the webcam tired?
Is the webcam tired? It can't focus. It can't focus right now. Alright, so let's do that there, and I mean, there's a particularly iconic card there.
Grabbing the basic. Good play. Good first solid play against this burn deck.
Not gonna have to pay the price on that one.
No.
And Eli just going with a basic mount to kick things off screams Lightning Bolt to me.
There we go. Lightning Bolt. Do you think he's gonna bolt the bird?
I think that if he's coming from a perspective of modern, he very well might.
Yeah.
I like And
I like going face.
I really like going face as well here.
Because you're just trying to race.
Yeah, when you've got so much more capability for just firepower in the Legacy shell, the deck is so much more straightforward. And it's nothing against this deck, it just has so much less play than, say, your Modern or when it exists in Standard. And a lot of this because you don't need it. Your deck is just so much more powerful at what it's doing.
Yeah.
However, with the Eidolon,
It seems like a fine play.
actually, with the Eidolon coming down as the turn 2, it does look a lot better, because...
He's going to have to cantrip or force.
Right, and if you're cutting
pitched
off
Jace?
down to a singular color, also Chris getting into the basic might have been a really good reason to go for that.
Maybe he was hoping on the blue from Noble Hierarch to cast like an early True Name or something like that.
Ooh, that's true.
No, Deathrite.
That's true. Can Shocklands
really
be
want.
played in Legacy? They can absolutely be
Definitely.
played. They are not
Very-
the worst. Like, they'll punish you maybe...
Every time you
Ted-
play them.
Really?
Well-
I mean, if you're not playing a deck with, like, days...
Right.
then you could probably get away with it, and it'll punish you like 5 to 10% of the time.
Yeah.
And
You just
it'll really punish you like
Ooh.
5% of the time. If this,
Vortex landing, he might have days or something.
if he's fetching maybe a Spell Pierce, or just needs to get an island to return, though.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
Are there Spell Pierces in the main of these lethal decks? I honestly don't know them super well.
I mean, it's bug colors, so you kind of do whatever you want to.
That's true.
Playing like, I'm sure he's playing Decay, Deathrite, True Name, Leovold, Daze, Force, Brainstorm, and maybe Ponders. I'm not really sure. It might be like a 2 Ponder style deck or something.
Let's see here. There is 3 Dazes, no...
He was playing a Murderous Cut, so he's probably
Yep. So this is almost
playing
exactly
pretty close to that list.
Yep.
The thing about Shocklands is just like you want to squeeze all the value out of every legacy card, and having to shock at any moment can just be so bad.
Agreed. I'm not saying that it's optimal, but for budgetary considerations, if
For
you're just
sure.
getting into the format, they're absolutely an option. They'll punish you, but they'll get you playing the game.
If you're playing something a little more mid-rangey, you could probably get away with it, having, fetch, just like Modern fetch, end of turn, tap, but like if you're cantripping with Brainstorm, it's kind of rough sometimes. You don't want to be like fetching just to save life.
Absolutely. So, Chris just putting down the 3rd lane, still has a Deathrite Shaman available.
Green to gain light, but I don't think there's any creatures in the yard.
Not anymore. Took out the Eidolon.
Right.
So we're going to go down to 10, and... I don't know. Chris at 7 and Chris at 10 are fairly similar if he had, say, pointed that lightning bolt at Chris early on.
Right.
Possibly could have gone for the Chain Lightning turn 1 and saved the bolt for its kind of more instant speed versatility for a little bit of a later point.
That's kind of what I would... You usually shoot your sorceries out first in this deck. Holding up Bolt, like, for that... I mean, it was a good play, but it might end up punishing him in the end,
Yeah, absolutely. And, he would have been able to have this instant speed way. Like, a Deathrite Shaman to me is far more imposing than a Noble Hierarch.
Yeah, Noble Hierarch is pretty fair, or pretty, you don't really need to worry about it. It's not going to be...
Zach, you resubbed and you didn't get a notification? Well, let's get some hype for you anyway. Anybody, can we spam the chat with whatever emote that you feel like? Preferably Geek Fortress ones, or, read, whatever. Have some fun for like 10 seconds. For Zach, for resubbing here, we appreciate you and all that you do. And Abrupt Decay is going to take down that Eidolon.
Yeah.
Poor Eidolon. Never got to do what it be.
It did a little bit of what it be, and what it do.
And it looks like we might be trying to gain another 2. And the unfortunate thing is that this Eidolon is just a little bit fuel for it.
Yeah.
So the one consideration here is that Chris is actually no longer trying to gain the life and instead starting to get aggressive and taking out instant sorceries to put pressure on Eli.
He's got to start winning sometime. There's the one Tarmogoyf, I think.
Exactly. Where's my vest? 13th Fox with 4 months of subbing. Thank you so
Knighthood.
much. Subbing with Twitch Prime. I do appreciate that. You're the best. You're awesome. That is 185 subs that we have at this moment. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of that. And it is a
There's the
Goblin
first
guide.
guide. Coming in a little late.
Nice promo guide. Nice promo guide.
yeah.
It looks really bad against that Tarmogoyf, though.
Well, it can sneak by because it's promo. I'm sure. He'll let that happen.
Yeah. Yeah,
Probably
that's
not,
true.
though.
That's true.
It's blocking too. I mean, he could swing, Tarmogoyf blocks, Fire Blast it. Not a waste of resources. Not at all.
Nice. I know,
plays.
Moonsand. I am thrilled with it. I'm thrilled with it. We are only 15 away from having, giving away an Expedition breeding pool, as long as it happens by the end of the month. 200.
Looks like he's got another Deathrite Shaman. It's gonna be.
I think Chris is taking this game. Ray Toyd with the sub! Thank you so
Awesome
much.
work. You do awesome work.
Yeah, you do. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks for just the help. Thanks for subbing with that Twitch Prime. You only get one of them, but you used it here.
Another one.
I love it. I appreciate it. That's 186 subs. Thank you so much for the support and just for being who you be.
Do you think he blocks?
Probably.
He did not.
I guess it
I
doesn't.
wouldn't. I mean,
It doesn't matter at this
you can
point.
gain life. I would have blocked so I had more Deathrite fuel.
So
Start eating
the
my own creatures.
argument is that if Chris has a counterspell in hand, then it becomes a little bit less necessary.
Yeah.
But obviously this is like the perfect 3. But there's a world in which Eli is sitting on something like a Skullcrack, Fire Blast, and a 1 mana spell. But like,
Definitely know he doesn't have skull cracks, but
But also if you're
Chris
Chris-
doesn't know that.
maybe Chris doesn't want to fire this off because even just Price Fire Blast right now, or Flame Rift
No
Fire
fire.
Blast.
But yeah,
There's no Flame Rift in there, so Price Fire Blast right now is lethal if Chris goes to activate one of these Deathrite Shamans at the end step, which is
tricky business. Oh, nice.
a hardcast Rift Bolt going face. That is something I can get behind.
Man, if he had Fire Blast in hand too, that bolt from the earlier. Oh wait,
And we are apparently willing to put him to 1. Interestingly enough, he might actually be able to pull this out.
yeah, I don't know how I mean, unless he's
'Cause-
literally got bolt in hand, but
Well, but he's at 10. If Chris isn't able to increase the clock, he could put Eli down to 10. He could... There's no creatures in the graveyard, right?
no.
If Eli has a bolt in hand, he might be kind of... He could untap and just take this if he's got a 1 mana burn spell in hand.
It's
Because
the
he's
end
gonna-
of yeah.
Because Chris is going to have a turn. He can... Mickey Zero with the sub! Thank you so much for the support. Thanks for being who you are, and thank you for being Mickey. Sean, you would be such a fan of you, but we are as well. Thank you for your
I
support.
really hope if Chris plays that Wasteland.
Getting us to 187. Everybody, can we get some sub hype? 4. Mickey. I'm assuming 0. Maybe
Oh?
Hero. What?
Mickey O.
Never know.
Who knows? I hope Chris plays that Wasteland just in case of a price coming out of nowhere.
Oh,
I feel like he's holding it back because he doesn't want it to get priced, but I hope he knows he can Wasteland himself.
I think anybody who ever plays Legacy has seen Patrick Sullivan versus Ross Merriam and knows how Wasteland
Well-
how he can go wrong. What's up, Box of Hats? It's good to see you.
We'll see. Okay, he's playing the Wasteland. Or he's about to. There we go.
All right, so
Just getting worried.
slightly less spells are guaranteed lethal, but no more green mana.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
don't
a
know
Rift
how.
Bolt? If that's a Rift Bolt, then maybe you keep it back as a blocker and hope for the best, except there's double black mana and more than enough to die to these Deathrite Shamans.
I really don't like the Fire Blast just because it puts you off 3 lands where it's like that's perfect territory for casting every spell, right when you top deck it.
Yes, absolutely.
Now he's put in this position where
Of getting aggro with a Goblin Guide against this field, I just throw the Noble Hierarch in the way of it. I do not want, like,
I think he just
it's
throw the Noble, drain him for 2.
well, yeah, and it's less about the fact that like 3 and 1 are about the same, but 5 and 1 are very different, or 5 and 3 are different.
I would have liked not playing the Noble and just blocked with one of the Death Rites and ate him if he needed to. If that was his kind of game plan.
Oh, that's a good point. Keep up that green mana to where if Eli has to get aggressive, something like that, or what if he has maybe maybe the Murderous Cut, if that's in hand, he could even kill one of his creatures
He's
and
just
eat
got
that.
another Wasteland in hand.
Does he?
Yeah.
Not enough for that then.
No. I
Okay,
think this
so
game is pretty much over.
interesting.
If he plays that Wasteland, he can hardcast Force, and then he can just... Oh, I guess he has to swing. He has to activate those Death Rites to actually kill him.
If he's got maybe he does have a Fire Blast in hand and he's looking to just draw.
A land.
But then you would not have attacked.
Yeah,
If that was your game plan, you wouldn't attack because there's no creatures in the graveyard, and by attacking, you're guaranteeing that one goes in.
So he goes to 3.
So that's enough to be lethal.
Okay,
'cause
so he's got it.
The Tarmogoyf, in addition to that, those
Two
Death Ray
Death Ray.
Shamans, is just enough to get it done. So Chris is going to take some in there.
Awkward, not sureness
Yeah,
between
and-
both sides, probably.
And that attack, you know, you would have been able to theoretically block it. No, because even blocking the Tarmogoyf, you're still dead to the Death Ray Shamans. You pretty much needed the mountain there.
Right.
Or a 1-mana burn spell.
And it would have been nice to have that, maybe have not bolted that Noble Hierarch early in the game. But we could have been seeing a different, faster clock from Chris, too. So,
True. The world may have been a different place at that time.
I really like, I mean, I feel like you only turn your burn spells towards the creatures when it's imperative that you're going to lose if you don't.
In this deck in particular, I think that that's true. You are primarily a face deck, and basically when you deviate that plan is when you just don't, you know, you can't win the other way.
Yeah. I think,
So-
like, against elves, it's pretty right to bolt the first elf, slow it down, because that clock can be pretty hard to beat.
Yeah.
For burn anyways, but other than that, I feel like this kind of fair decks playing like slight acceleration through those cards is not worth bolting.
Sure.
And even Deathrite, until there's a creature in the yard, he really doesn't pose that much of a threat for your victory.
And even in a weird small way, I almost like leaving up a mana source when I'm about to play an Eidolon, because it means that Chris can cast more spells, which sounds kind of counterintuitive. But if he doesn't have removal directly, it doesn't choke Chris to 1 spell per turn, where the Eidolon might be able to get a little bit more value. Which, on the other hand, you'd just rather if he wasn't casting that many spells, but
Right.
it offers that spot. What did they say about Modern? They're pretty much taking away more and more of its competitive venues. They took it out of the World Magic Cup qualifiers as a format. Whether or not that affects you is fairly small. It's more the to make an Always Sunny reference. It's more of the implication of it than the actual act.
Yeah.
Like, they're offering a standard, and we're not going to say no because of the implication.
Right. Modern's not the new legacy.
Are you going to kill that format? No. They're just going to play standard
Right.
because of the implication.
Because if you don't, you'll be sorry.
You know, you just a
Frontier.
couple of guys at a World Magic Cup qualifier playing some standard.
Or I guess standard constructed. I almost said not constructed. Standard does look pretty good right now, but I don't know. I just want to play Legacy.
I want to play Magic. That's what it comes down to. And I don't know, I'm not a big fan of best format arguments.
Yeah,
I think that it's usually just a bunch of...
your favorite format.
Well, it's throwing subjectivism onto an entirely subjective viewpoint.
Yeah,
Like, it's not something that can happen. But I enjoy a lot of formats. I enjoy them all for different reasons.
Right.
And I like that they all exist. And I think
Yeah.
that every format would suffer if one of them was taken away.
I guess.
Obviously, the one that gets taken away would suffer more. But,
Right.
but like, Magic would be a worse product without Legacy.
Yeah, I like having. I mean,
Or-
any meta or any constructed format that people make, like I enjoy. Like even when what was it, Canadian Highlander? People started playing that for a little bit, or
Yep,
Tiny
yep.
Leaders. I'm down to do really any kind of Magic. It's
Right.
just name the time and the place and the format and the other stuff that needs to be named.
And give me time to acquire the cards.
Yeah. That's like every standard deck I've ever made is like, oh, I'm done making it. Oh, that was like rotated out like 4 sets ago. I'm like, oh, that's fine. That's why I like Frontier, because I can play all the standard decks I never got to play.
True. I mean, I'm actually on the side of being for Frontier. I know that it has its own flaws, but obviously many formats do, and
Yeah.
I don't think of it as a replacement for anything. It's just more ways to play Magic.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of hate at it, but I don't know. It's just Magic.
It's just Magic.
You can Gear Hulk backdate through time.
I'm just casting spells and having fun with my friends. Like, at a certain point, what do we... fighting over that just seems
Right.
worth it entirely.
Oh, yeah. You gotta narrow down. Everyone has to like the same thing. Because if you don't like my stuff, I don't like you. That's not true.
Thank you.
I'm very open.
I was a little bit worried.
Yeah. Right? You just want to play cruises. Just want to be cruising.
For bruising.
Right?
Okay, Eli giving us a little bit of a smiley face. Now, just a little bit of context. Eli is pretty new to Burn. He's borrowing this deck. New to Legacy. Generally, when he's in Legacy, plays Eldrazi.
Yeah.
Trying out Burn. Just some context on the situation.
He seemed to like it. Last time, he's like asked me to borrow a couple times. Like,
So Chris, going for a mulligan, he's going to be heading down to 6, but on the draw makes it a little bit on the draw with a scry in a blue base deck in
That's
Legacy.
fine. You feel fine.
A mulligan to 6 doesn't feel tragic.
No.
Against
Burn, it always feels scary. Everything you do feels scary. It's like it's almost like fighting a combo deck or Storm, or, whatever like that, where it's just like you could just lose.
and of course there's the arguments that Burn is the, is a combo deck.
Basically.
The most consistent combo, and it's because it basically you just cast 7 of your pieces, and all of your cards are those pieces. Burn is well positioned. It does seem decently well positioned at the moment.
It's pretty good.
I enjoy Burn.
It's always something I bring to every like big tournament, and when I'm writing my deck list out, I always think about writing 4 lava spikes instead of whatever I'm gonna play.
Like you did for the no ban list modern.
Yeah.
Or modern no ban list.
It just seemed right.
So we're gonna go for just an early fetch. Going for it on the main phase does strike me as a creature here, maybe a Goblin Guide or a Swiss.
There you go.
Okay.
Goblin Guide.
That's a fantastic start in this matchup.
Oh yeah. There's nothing you want more.
Though the basic is like the last land that you want Chris to have access to, but at least it
Right.
means that if he fetches, it reduces his options on utilizing these fetch lands and might force him to actually get
Get a duel.
the non-basics.
Yeah.
So that's a plus side in a
And he's not even gonna
odd,
play the
twisted
basic.
kind of way.
Boom. Don't even need to play the basic.
All right, Eli, just play out the Swiss Spear, play a burn spell to the face, call it a day.
Oh,
Don't you be
fetch it.
worrying about that noble.
Oh, unless he's Searing Blazing it. Oh, he put the Pithing Needle in. I'm wondering. Deathrite?
Probably for Deathrite because it actually is an activated ability for all 3 of those abilities.
Cuts off mana. I like bringing in Pithing Needle against Wasteland Deathrite decks a lot, because sometimes you'll get them with like Pithing Needle, and they activate Deathrites, and you're like, it resolves, and you name Wasteland.
I think it might be just a little bit of an overboarding in this case, though, because
I think
Wasteland
so.
is really bad in this matchup.
Well, you
anyway.
lock them out from Wastelanding themselves, so you can price them for like 8.
I mean, if they're going to start doing that, then let them do that. Let them have lands that are functionally useless in the matchup anyway.
Right.
Would we...
Huh?
Oh, I think he just tried to instant speed a Chain Lightning, not realizing it was a sorcery.
Ah.
Which puts us down to 12 on the Chris's side of the battlefield. That card is a sorcery, as a heads up. It's not just a strictly better Lightning Bolt,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Oh, strictly worse Lightning Bolt, even if it wasn't instant, because they can bounce it back.
Whoa, but then you get to bounce it back,
That's true.
which
And-
makes it strictly better. So it's...
Oh. That's a good card in this matchup.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, there is a lot of pressure on that side.
you know, it's a trick to rock a rhyme, to rock a rhyme, to rock a rhyme. It's Jitte. It's Jitte, 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 Jitte.
It's a beautiful song.
Thank you. And another Deathrite showing down. So basically, Chris playing Revenge of the Nerds, or Dorks, if you will.
Right.
But that Jitte is probably going to carry a lot of weight. Unless I think that's
Unless
just...
the Sulfuric Vortex is coming down.
This looks like a handful of Rift Bolts, and I think Eli probably wanted to fire off this Rift Bolt last turn instead of the Chain Lightning as his second main play.
Yeah.
Or really, just in general. Lining up a
Oh,
Rift Bolt
oh my.
and a Chain Lightning on top of this Monastery Swiss Spirit, to
Yeah.
where you could even... This might be that situation where
Where
you
you can
nail the Deathrite Shaman,
get in for-
Chain Lightning the face, and all of a sudden you're looking at 12 damage right there.
Right. Yeah, you always want to fire those guys off first. Especially with Swiss Spear.
Yeah. So... The big thing here is that Chris is unlikely to block, so this is probably 5 damage.
He can block the Swiss Spear somewhat safely. I don't know if you go for it, but it depends on what's in his hand.
Well, the problem is if you're Chris, basically it's either a 1-mana burn spell, or
I'm glad he did
it's a
both the
price
Goblin
or
Guide
a
triggers.
Fire Blast.
Right.
Like, you know, because if it was a creature, he would have played that some time ago. So you start having to think that this is either that burn spell, or it's going to be one of these 2-mana spells that you really don't want it to be.
Let's see what he... I always try to peek in his hand.
Though if it's a lightning bolt, maybe he's saving this to hit the creature that Chris tries to equip it to.
That'd be good. That'd be a solid play.
That would be a
Solid
play.
use of a lightning bolt.
It would be. It would be an excellent use of a lightning bolt.
And the Rift Bolt gives him lethal if he can, if that is his play.
Yes. Shouldn't Eli be at 18 2 fetches? I believe so.
He hasn't fetched. Oh yeah, he has fetched first.
Just
Sorry.
fetch twice. Huh.
Suiting up the Noble.
Do we... Oh, that's no good. Oh.
Huh?
Oh. If he, he's
He got. hit
he's
for
actually at 17. As a small note, he's fetched twice. If you just wanna
Oh.
spot that one.
Eli, you're at 17.
What's the bottom red creature? That is a Goblin Guide.
Dose guide.
It's the F&M promo. Is that? or what?
It's some GP.
Oh, was it a
promo.
GP promo? Man, GP promos used to be amazing.
Yeah, right. Goblin Guide promo. I got them super cheap too when I got them. Now they're. I mean, Goblin Guide in general is pretty
All
expensive.
right, so it looks like Eli is doing his shopping at the Rift Shop, and I like this play a lot. Because Chris is theoretically at 11.
Rift shopping. It's very rifty of him.
Chris is functionally at 9. Or, I'm sorry, at 11. Because of this Umezawa's Jite. So you actually have this kind of unique ability to where all of a sudden he's already presenting 6 of that. He could up that a lot depending on what this one card in hand is, which is, again, maybe a price looks okay here, especially if Chris doesn't have another basic.
He should be playing an island unless it's in his hand.
So there's... It has to be the a 1 mana spell and a 2 mana spell in his hand right now, or a Fire Blast. But he might be able to get enough prowess as well as just burn in to actually be able to overcome this GT. But it also, if Chris is just sitting on a daze or anything like that, then it would be pretty difficult.
Right. 2 bolts gets there. Sulfuric Vortex would be fine too. I mean, he's going to gain the life and response, but it puts a pretty quick clock on.
Question: what's your take on the newish green-white Taxes deck with Renegade Rallier?
I like ghost coring people twice in the same turn.
There you have it. Straight from the Ryan Coverage Dale's mouth.
And that's all I have to say about that.
I should have known. I should have known
Firecraft.
that you would have made a joke to just be Plains Forest. Plain Forest. Dang it! I messed that one up.
He can't counter that. Firecraft seems good.
Firecraft seems solid.
Gain 4 life, go back down to 1.
Is this a second main Exquisite Firecraft?
Yeah.
Why not first main?
I do not know.
What? But
Because lethal
prowess?
would be.
lethal would be had.
Yeah.
Huh.
But
I don't know.
he didn't do it, so.
Remember, kids. Just because you should always cast your spells in second main doesn't mean you should always
Always
cast your spells in
the
second main.
Especially if you have prowess triggers and sorceries.
Especially.
Because.
Am I jealous of how Ryan's shirt looks on camera? Only because Ryan looks
Is
fantastic.
it all hard to see?
Well, I mean, it gets a little like...
Oh, well, this is reversible. Should I flip it?
It's up to you.
I'm doing it.
I'm super
I'm
unconcerned.
a flip card.
All right. Transform, by the way. Let's not get absurd.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna brainstorm for Chris's side of the battlefield. All right.
Man, it'd be
This G-Tase...
weird if he came back, but he just might.
Eli?
No.
Oh, Chris.
Chris.
Yeah, Chris is still under a lot of pressure. You gotta remember that he's still functionally at 5 if he deals 1 damage this turn.
Right. Which is still just dead zone.
That is 100% reversible.
Didn't hurt.
I bet that.
I bet it hurt the door.
I bet that doorknob really knows who's boss now.
Oh, yeah. We're like locked in here. It's jammed.
What's up, JTT446? Thank you so much
you.
for hitting that follow button.
He was like, all right.
I'll follow for that. Oh,
Make him
man.
hit a doorknob again.
Let's see.
That's right, Sean. And that's looking
That's looking medium plus.
medium plus.
What do we got?
I would have suited up
I
the
think that
GTA
would-
to the death right shot.
that was a
But
mountain.
that's just me.
That was a mountain. There's so many plays that like get there.
I would have really liked fetching. Oh, he can't fetch. You could gain life, fetch, suit up GTA to death right. And then you could. Oof.
I think that's it.
Should have suited up that.
Except, so if this is a mountain in Eli's hand, I think... No, I guess you don't really need to worry about playing it here. So he's going to go to 2, unless he's loaded up on kill spells, which he only has actually a blue mana available. That's 3 ways to dead with only 1 blocker.
Or he's at 2 life. He can fetch.
Can fetch, but then goes to 1, and what 2 mana kills 2 of those?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're at game 3.
Yep. Looks like it. If he would have gain the life, fetched, suit up the Deathrite. He would have been able to maybe block and gain some life past that.
Oh,
would've really liked that play.
that would have been a pretty neat play.
It keeps you alive.
Well, the problem is that in
Potentially.
this situation, you would have died before you would have been able to activate the GT. But I like that line as just a way to go about it.
No, because he's at 1, gains 2 life, fetches to 2,
Right.
suits up, gains
Right.
the other 2 life. So he's at 4.
No, but at
Oh,
one
you
point
mean
it's
damage
dealing
result?
damage.
Oh, right.
Yeah, when
You're
it-
right.
I like where your head's at though. You're moving in directions that I'm a fan of. If you were to write it down a map, I'd follow that down a mod straight
You
to the
would've-
X.
We would have died if we followed that map, though. I guess we die either way.
I mean, if we're gonna be pirates, we have to accept that as a liability of our occupation.
Death?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. whether scurvy or by the sword.
And I'm not eating limes.
No. Too sour. I don't care. What happens when you get scurvy? Lyme disease?
What do you mean? What happens? You mean like what are the like effects of
Yeah,
scurvy?
the scurvy symptoms.
I always assumed that that's what made them into a pirate. But I actually have no idea the effects of scurvy, and I think it's because, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like we've pretty much eradicated it as a disease.
I'll bring it back. I'll find a way.
We're bringing it back,
Bring it
y'all.
back, scurvy. That's why I was gone so long. Trying to bring back scurvy. Apparently, it's not something people want.
Oh man, what would no one let us out if the door got jammed? I don't know. They might let us hang out for a little bit.
They'd forget.
Yeah, they forget about us. Eli has my deck. No, that's Ryan's.
We've all that burn.
Well, I know that it's a vitamin deficiency, right? Like
Yeah.
I get that, but
Do
if
your
I were to
hands
walk
fall off?
if I were to walk into a doctor and be like, "Doctor, I have these symptoms," he'd be like, "Y'all be gotten scurvy," which I hope my doctor says that
Yeah.
one day.
Takes a hard look at you. Y'all got scurvy. How did I get it? I'm not a pirate.
Yep.
Ooh, coming out, attacking.
Ooh, guns blazing.
Oh, not attacking. Never
Nope.
made it to that combat.
Chris
phase.
deciding that he's got answers for days,
Oh yeah.
but Eli doesn't.
You mean for Goblin Guide?
That's true, but Eli has not got answers for days. He's just got questions, and the question is why? Why did you not let my Goblin Guide show me the way?
Ooh, what's he gonna get? Tropical Island?
Thank you, Alpha XY.
Oh, yeah.
That explains the appearance of pirates in such hit films as Pirates of the Caribbean.
Tooth decay. Destroy tooth. CMC 3 or less.
What's up, Kilder? It's
Oh man, getting
it's
in for
awesome
2.
having you here. You are a rock star, and I look forward to seeing you more in the future.
Wait.
2 Deathrite Shamans is pretty bad for
Oh,
Eli.
Oh, okay. He wasn't getting in for 2. I was like, the 4th mode of Deathrite Shaman attacking.
Wow!
Ooh, another Goblin Guide. Oh, I was gonna say, and another Goblin Guide. But
Live the dream.
oh, block that Swift Spear. Better, better block that Swift Spear.
Teddy Soint, we are considering options. We are considering options for what the store can do. I've got some ideas of my own. Dylan's got some ideas. We're looking into it. The point is that our GPTs were not popular events because they were GPTs, but because it was a way to come play Legacy over a larger venue. Like,
Yeah.
or Legacy or or Modern or whatever. it
Whatever
was.
the. Yeah.
I think that there is a world in which we can probably continue that with a different acronym. Or the same acronym.
It's even this shirt is doing that thing, isn't it?
No, you look great.
Okay.
Don't you
Are you sure?
get self-conscious on me.
Oh. Wouldn't do that.
You're my shining star. So, we've got Chris going down to 15 here after these swings, after these short messages.
Taking a firecraft, left with a firecraft.
Hooray! How's Chris going to counter that?
By getting in for 2.
Got him.
Yeah.
The tricks.
My favorite thing Deathrite does.
How's he going to cast an exquisite firecraft if I already beat him down with Deathrite
Is he
Shamans?
gaining light? I'm not sure what Chris is doing. There's a lot of hand. going on.
There's a lot of hand waving happening, but we can't hear the people. So basically, this is like Chris
Oh,
Penn
he's
and
just playing
Eli
another
Teller.
Deathrite. Deathrite. For
Cool.
days. Maelstrom Pulse, maybe? Out of Eli. Metamorphose. Pulse. Pulse your
Cool.
Deathrites.
I think he accidentally bumped his 20 to a 16 early on, and now he's down to 18. So, Deathrite Shaman. Open that door and see what's named.
No.
I'm fairly certain that that's naming Death Threat Shaman.
I think so. I think that would be assumable. Name Arid Mesa. Show him you don't even care.
Down delightful. Oh my goodness. That is fantastic.
What'd you name? Prowess Trigger, too. What's up?
Oh man. So we're gonna take a look at that brainstorm. Chris is gonna have to think on that one probably next turn.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Think about what he did.
Well, he's got 1/2s, you know.
How much do you assume that Chris has an Abrupt Decay in hand if he didn't block with those Death Ray Shamans there?
I'm gonna assume.
All of them? Like, why would you not block with
Well, he
those if they're
tapped.
now useless? No, but he still had some Death Ray Shamans up.
He had Death Ray, right?
I would, if I could not get rid of that Pithing Needle, I would happily throw a Death Ray Shaman in the way of that.
That's true. I mean,
Maybe not the. I don't know. At least, I would definitely consider it more than he did.
I would, since the losing a Death Ray, you know, no. Hopefully you can block. I guess he's got that Firecraft, so he's not blocking next turn.
Maybe you can double block with 2 of them and just take down the creatures. No, all right.
Heard that. Swing
Never mind. He's just racing against Burn.
A bolt per turn from 3 Death Ray Shamans. I kind of would like to see a Brainstorm that turn.
The problem is that you're
Force.
really likely to lock yourself, and I think he's just keeping it up for the Force of Will. He
can
can't hit
force
the
that.
Firecraft,
Yeah,
but
he
he can
can.
hit.
It's not uncounterable.
Oh, there's only one. If Eli forgets that.
I think he's like about to,
Oh, okay. I would do that. I would take that.
unless
If this is a
he's
1-mana burn spell, then this is
I would
straight
play
yes.
the land. If it's Bolt and he tries to force this Firecraft, and like
Bolt in response.
yeah,
Oh,
I've done that one time.
and
And it felt really awesome.
I
And
bet.
I lost that game to a Baneslayer Angel.
Who
but
cares?
It
Oh, is it
didn't-
Justin?
No.
Oh.
Just another guy playing Baneslayer Angel in that one deck. Oh man, please have a Bolt in hand.
Do it.
Please.
Do it.
Firecraft you. Spell Mastery off. Are you gonna force it? You gonna force it? I just brainstorm. See if I can find. I don't know. It's. That's.
Alright, looks like he agrees.
Odd.
Well, because you're trying to find another blue spell anyway. It looks like you found a True Name Nemesis, no fetches, and a Flusterstorm. The Flusterstorm just became pseudo-effective, actually, and you'll still have a Force as a backup.
Yeah, he can.
I would say I would feel
I'd
safe.
cast the Flusterstorm
I would
for
feel
sure.
safe casting the Flusterstorm.
I just think it was weird typing in Ohio.
You're probably never gonna block with it, are you?
No, but what if you need to?
Huh. I like Flusterstorming. That's the point of this
Oh yeah,
conversation.
he's got a Flusterstorm.
Hooray!
Boom. Spell Pierce.
Pay 3, sucker!
Or yeah, it's a mana leak.
And Eli decides not to. Don't tell me you're about to. Okay, so it's an attack for 4. Surprisingly, this is like a grindy matchup between
The
True
Pithing
Name
Needle
Bug.
has made that.
Yeah, this is a battle of 1/2s now. This is a little bit absurd. I'm not sure if I've seen this one.
This True Name's gonna come in though and kind of be a problem, I guess.
Yes, kind of.
Kind of.
The 3/1 that can't die to anything that Eli has is going to apply a decent size clock because it'll be a 4/2 when it's attacking. It'll be okay.
It'll be
I mean, actually, there is somewhat of a problem to where if Eli just draws runner burn spells, then he's actually kind
Just
of
dead.
fine.
Yeah.
Like,
It really is all about how Eli top decks.
essentially. And a price, fantastic. A Fire Blast, solid. You know, on
Pretty
all
much
those
every spell. Searing Blaze, pretty good.
Searing Blaze, great since he held up this Arid Mesa. That's good. That's a good
Slam
point.
in that guy.
And you just take down the Noble Hierarch if you draw the Searing Blaze, I think.
Yeah.
That way it cuts the clock down actually decently well.
Chris playing on price, not playing that other non-basic.
And it looks like Eli deciding that Searing Blaze is for chumps, and he's going to
Doesn't
fetch
need it.
at the end step, looking to basically do the classic deck thinning.
Some thinning. He's not casting nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, just thinning it out.
Slam it down. Show it.
Oh, he has fetch in hand, so that's...
And it's a price of progress, too.
Yeah.
That would also explain why he was willing to fetch, because he's got the same thing in hand.
Right.
Interesting. Well, I gotta say, casting a price of progress seems good right now, because you can pay for a daze, and Chris has no other mana up. The big issue here is that he does have that Force in hand,
Yeah.
I believe. And I don't... Was it a blue card that he had available to him as well?
Underground Sea.
Okay.
Force and Underground Sea.
I kind of like the main phase while Chris is tapped out. But the flip side of that is that what if Chris plays a land? Is I think what Eli's mentality is.
I don't think Chris will be playing any more lands unless he really has to. So I think this price is going to be doing 4 damage pretty much whenever it gets cast. So I really like...
Are you a hold on to it fan and overload the counter spells, or are you?
I don't mind casting it right here. I think since he's got so much mana though, waiting till he gets another spell isn't a bad play.
That's true, and it looks like he's.
It's not much of a board you can swing into.
No, I would wait to see if Chris attacks, and then you might be able to use something.
Mismatch mountains?
I'm sorry, what?
There is... Oh, you like mismatch. I was like, none of those mountains are mismatch. How dare you?
Hold on to it. Yeah, holding on to it is also a fine play. Realistically, I don't think that there's a whole lot of way to go wrong here, except holding it in hand keeps Chris guessing. It might get him to be a little bit overconfident, but I think Eli's tanked long enough that Chris knows that it's something.
Yeah. I can hear Christian. Right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Unglued land. Well, I have enough unglued lands to make it that way too. Sorry that my full art mountains aren't good enough for you people.
They're great.
They are great.
They are great. They look beautiful. They're my favorite
I do
mountains.
like the unglued mountains better though too. So I agree with him. So that's what I got so upset.
I like mountains. That's basically what I do.
Whiteboarded 5th edition.
Sure. Is it a mountain? Yes, I'm in. I really like tapping mountains. That's what I like. to
APAC mountains are nice. I don't mind white border. A lot of people don't like it.
So if he's fetching here, is he doing an end step price of progress?
That's what it would seem like. I really
But
like
again,
if he's
there's
doing
no
that.
reason to spend the mana. You just wait if you're at that point. But again,
Maybe
then I
just
don't like
thinning?
fetching.
Just thinning.
But the thinning is so marginal. But okay, it'll keep
How
working.
many unglued mountains do you need?
It'll just keep working. So with Eli at 9 from that fetch, yeah, surprisingly okay here. And I think Eli just put himself potentially in the realm of...
Just being dead.
Well, because now the Deathred Shamans can turn sideways, and that's 2 more damage. Unless you... Or you could just start double blocking. You can throw
start
2...
trading.
You can throw all 3 Deathred Shamans in front of the Monastery Swiftspear if you want to. Because it's likely to kill 0 of them, maybe kill 1 of them. But it looks like we're going to go for a prowess trigger now. Well, that force is still unavailable, but it looks like it actually was available.
What do you pitch? Brainstorm?
Looks to be the case. Yep. So now we've got a 2-3 and a 2-2. I'd probably just throw all 3 of my Deathrite Shamans in front of it, go to 6.
I just throw 2 in front of the Goblin Guide.
I just think that the Swiftspear can only kill 1 of them, and then you'll have the 2 that will always be able to kill
Who is
the Goblin
Teddy?
Guide.
Teddy Want?
That's Kevin.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've got 5. What you got?
That's
what
a
you need?
risky by Chris. Falling to 1 when he's got 6 on board. And he's drawing into a Force Will, but he just pitched the blue cards out of his hand.
Yeah.
That was
being
a
able to-
really risky play by Chris, and I think he's just playing to float the top of the deck while keeping back blockers.
I really like trading with the Goblin Guide. at
I
the
like
aspect. Or
trading-
blocking with or trading with the Swiftspear. One of the creatures.
I like trading there.
I think because either way you block, you only lose 1 Deathrite, and you trade with
I might almost
Something
have
that's
tossed like one of the Deathrites in front of the Swiftspear and
and
2 of
2
them
in front of the Goblin Guide. It's not a bad blocking plan.
I don't know.
Because like now
This
you just
is-
get burned down, and you lose.
This is really risky.
Ooh.
And it paid off. He actually just died. No, he didn't because he wouldn't have the... So the best part here is that if Chris attacks all out, it's still 4 damage that gets through. Because he would lose the Exalted.
Oh, yeah. Prowess trigger.
So he's either
Hopefully he has
attacking for 4 or he's attacking for 4. This game is ending at 1 life, but Chris has got a known Force of Will in hand.
But he can
But he's at 1.
So,
It's draw or die.
Oh!
Fetch. You fetch. It's tapped. You saw it. It's tapped. He didn't die to it. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. So, let's
Sorry, you
head
go
on
out
up.
there?
If you can find me another match, I'd appreciate it. But with only 6 minutes left, I'm not sure.
Right.
But we'll see. See you up there. Hello, and thank you for joining. My name's
Howdy.
TJ.
I'm Ryan.
And we're streaming out of Geek Fortress in Snohomish, Washington, having ourselves a good old-fashioned time in this Legacy format.
Some gooder and older and fashionier for some.
I mean, look at us.
We are very fashionable.
I gotta tell you, though, this tie is one of my new favorites. I wore it for Casual
tie.
Friday.
I can hear the motor running on that thing.
This was actually a gift from a viewer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this actually came to us in the mail.
That's
and
cool.
I'm thrilled about it because I just absolutely love it. So thank you to that
great
person.
tie.
Thank you to that particular individual. Ryan, Aaron requests that you find another match, friend. Apparently you've been requested to find another match, friend.
Okay.
So go find a match, friend.
Why can't I get in here? Okay.
There we go. We're getting it worked out. Who won the match? That would be the win going to Chris Young on the Leovold, or the true name Bug. Man, what a round one. That was fun. That was fun. Hello, everybody. If you are just joining us for the first time, be sure to hit that follow button and join us in the future. It's a blast having you here. We do this stream 4 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Mondays at 6:30 Pacific time, we do Standard. Wednesdays at 7 and Saturdays at 6, we do Modern. And Mythic Madness with the sub! Love it. Absolutely love it. That's 3 months in a row using that Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for helping out. Thank you for helping us do what we do. That gets us to 188 subs. Wow. I love it. That's awesome. That's exciting. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I appreciate all of you, whether you're watching or lurking or subbing or following or chatting or moderating or co-hosting like Ryan is, or one of the players. You're all an incredible piece of what this stream is. I appreciate all of you for your help and your support and letting this even exist. Thank you, everybody. That's awesome, Mythic Madness. You rock. Thank you. Thank you so much. But to all 200 of you, also I've got some fun news. Some of you I'm sure have heard because I've been trying to hype it up a little bit. But hypety hype this Sunday. That's right, we don't normally do some of that streaming on. We do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday thing. But hey, I thought to myself, why don't I stream just a little bit more myself for me to hang out with all of you and have some fun? Well, this Sunday, starting at noon Pacific time, TJ is going to be streaming MTGO. Be sure to check it out. It'll be fun. What is Legacy? Everything is legal except the things that aren't. But that's actually kind of how it is. There's a small ban list.
Conspiracy cards.
But conspiracy cards, ban
some
cards,
conspiracy
dexterity
cards.
cards. True. But basically, if it was in a supplemental product, if it was ever printed, like, it's in Legacy. It's the biggest and the baddest before you get into ridiculous
We just
stuff.
saw a Commander card. A couple of them.
That's true. That's true.
I guess Did we see the Leovold Error Resolve? I don't think we did.
There is a red mana symbol tie on Craft is Art. I have no idea what you just said, Thorfinn, but I'm assuming that it's helpful to me, and I appreciate that. What you got for me?
We got Tyrell, Grixis Delver, and... Oh, actually, I don't know the name of the other person.
Alrighty. So... You say he was on Rugdelver?
Grixis Delver.
Grixis stuff.
John... Grillish? Is there a way... Does it come up if you just type it in?
Nope. What's he on?
He's on Miracles.
Ooh, clickety clackety click.
Should I ask him how to spell his last name?
TJ, you were addicted. We can. I mean, is this round 1 still?
2.
This is round 2.
Yeah.
If you would like to, I suppose I'm happy either way.
How do you spell your last name again?
Oh, Gingrich. Okay. Okay. Perfect.
Oh,
I'm
1L,
addicted.
1L for Tyrell.
I am probably a little bit... I just like it. It's so much fun. Take a breath before I pass out. I haven't passed out yet. Got any tests tonight? Maybe. I don't actually
think so.
know. And...
There was someone playing like Cloud Post Artifact deck, but I don't think
Like old school mud?
no
Or like
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 blue,
12 post.
blue black stuff, but or not blue black, blue green.
This
and
is
Cloud
very
Post
you sounding.
artifact stuff. I don't know. It's weird. There's blue artifact lands and then Cloud Post lands. That's all I saw.
That sounds awesome. But let's see what we can do. Let's head on down. Have some fun.
Okay.
All right, and I bet you're thinking to yourself, they're probably not both at one. Well, they aren't. So good on you for being so
It's
vigilant.
a quick game.
All right, sudden
Goblin Guide.
death.
Gotcha.
Sudden death.
I don't think it was traditional 12 posts though. I think he was playing somewhat of a brew.
So like 11 post.
11 posts. 13. He's playing one Thespian stage.
We try to keep it legacy, but I have seen the new deck. It looks awesome. I haven't seen it in action a ton. I saw that Finkel was playing it, which on the one hand is like, Finkel's playing it, must be good. But on the other hand, it's Storm, so Finkel's going to play it even if it's garbage. But the deck looks sweet. I would still love to cast an Eidolon of the Great Revel against it.
Yep. Seems good.
But I don't know as much as I'd like to talk about it fully.
I know UG post is normal, but it's not. I'm telling you, it's not that deck.
He saw it with his eyes.
My eyes are there, looking at cards that definitely aren't in that deck.
This person is ramping up to like a Lux Cannon.
Yeah.
B Proxy, thank you so much, Bryce, for the support. It's awesome having you. You are a rock star, mod, and you are just great in general. I hope things are going good for you. A non-transformed Delver of Secrets. Gonna get in for a little bit of that good old-fashioned
Double
swinging.
Delvers. Getting in there for one.
Double down on the Delver.
Why don't you play Flying Man? one flying for one blue. Way
Strictly better.
Still better. Well, unless this card is really cool. Oh, he's brainstorming his upkeep.
Okay. Just send it to me on Twitter or send it to Red Baron MTG on Twitch chat, which, by the way, the home stream that I'm starting,
Ooh.
just to do a quick shameless plug,
Wow.
you can head on over there and follow.
That was a pretty intense turn. Dazing the Brainstorm and swordsing the Delver. Delver still flips, so he's back to square one. But...
It's true, it's an
oh,
insectile
he's
aberration.
playing Daze and Miracle. So he's on, like, really quick Mentor.
Someone is guarding a Mentor and bashing face with it.
Trying to.
Interesting. So, just a Ponder coming down. Now, I have a theory in that Ponders will always shuffle.
Always?
Always.
No.
Yeah.
I keep a lot of Ponders.
Yeah, well, you're a bad player.
What?
See? Shuffling.
You're right. I'm very bad. I don't know why I'm so bad. I'm gonna like be playing Storm and there's like all combo pieces, 2 LEDs, and I'm like, I gotta shuffle.
If you can't do, commentate.
Gotta start shuffling more.
Oh man.
Should I not play Brainstorm then because it can't shuffle?
Brainstorm doesn't shuffle very well,
No.
but that's why you run fetches, to be able to not have a garbage card in your deck. Which is actually kind of true.
Fetches, they hurt me.
That's a good point. Run basics.
Yeah,
or
only
actually,
basics.
Evolving Wilds is a really good way to do that. And
Any
that one
land,
doesn't take any damage.
Or any basic.
Plus, it makes you free to Price of Progress.
And get wastes.
And it keeps you free from Wasteland. Basically,
Well, not really. Evolving Wilds tapped to get wastelanded. Feels good.
if they have a Thalia out, brutal.
Oh, man.
So John's going to fall to 13 from this insectile aberration. Tyrell has done outstandingly little in this match. Or in this game. And
What?
yet it's
Getting
working.
in
As soon as you figure out how to send messages, there should be a little whisper thing at the bottom. Are you on desktop or mobile? On mobile, it'll be a little chat box at the top right, and you can click it and search names, Red Baron MTG. If you are on desktop, then there will be to the left of where you can type in, which is at the bottom right of the screen in general, but just to the left of the chat box, there will be a little, again, like chat box thingy, and you can click it in and search for me.
Alright, the young Peasy coming down. Oh, some altered brainstorms.
So basically, the red player's mentor is what they call that card. Is that right?
No, what Mentor's the white player's young pyromancer.
Damn right.
He did come first.
And he is the young one, though. The mentor, young pyromancer. It's surprisingly flavorful if they weren't in completely different professions.
Where's the
or
one drop
timelines.
that makes 1/1s every time you cast a spell? Come on, wizards! You said the creatures were getting better.
Wee baby pyro.
Baby Pyro.
Ooh,
You get 0/1s.
A Crone Crusader. From the heroic one.
Oh, right.
from
Yeah,
way
there
back
you go.
in the day. What's up, Boot? It's good to see you. Still, we've got 5 damage on the table for Tyrell. Still at 19. That's not super relevant against Miracles. Once Miracles locks you out, you're dead. But this is 5 damage if Tyrell doesn't end up doing anything like a Force or a Daze or, anything along those lines.
Right. The freebies.
And it looks like that's not the case, but this is suddenly, I don't know, probably a 2-turn clock, maybe 3. Crimson Wolf 72, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's awesome having you here. You are a rock star. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Thanks for joining us. I look forward to seeing more in the future. Let us know where you are watching from.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Casting the Brainstorm, at your upkeep, it's likely to flip, and especially with 2 of them, I don't know if you really need to rush. Brainstorm just such a powerful card. Sometimes you just want to hang on to it. Flipping 2 Delvers is really good in this situation because you want to put the pressure on.
I
but
think against Miracles it might be worth it, but that's such a losing battle.
it really just depends on what his hand was too.
Yeah, I might be
If
willing
it's-
to take a look at it.
And it seems like he had a pretty good hand. I mean, he's presenting threats every turn. He's got 2 bolts in hand for maybe being able to actually kill a Mentor in this situation, since John's more on that plan of trying to jam, protect it, like with Daze.
Or Double Bolt just presents a pretty massive clock at the moment.
Yeah, he's pretty much just dead if he gets bolted twice.
Exactly. So an elemental coming down for this young pyromancer. KCITIS. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. What does that spell? A new rock star joining us here at the Geek Fortress stream. Nailed it.
I like all the Yu-Gi-Oh talk. I use Exodia tokens as my young Pyromancer tokens.
I have noticed that.
Yes.
I know. And then you don't use the young pyromancer tokens on stream.
Because they're hard to find.
They're right there on the table.
Mm,
The young pyromancer makes them. You don't have to find them.
that's true. But if I get 5 pieces of Exodia, I win the game.
That's true. It's really hard to deny that.
It's very hard to deny. Every time I look at them.
So, the Senses Divining Top out on the battlefield hanging out, and we're going to actually see a fetch for John, who...
Looking for some removal, preferably the instant speed, or sorcery, but at instant speed. Sorcery.
What a miracle!
But will he find it? Magic. Draw 2 cards for free.
Lil Junior Kid, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's awesome having you here. I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to seeing you more, and I look forward to seeing you grow up into a big Junior Kid.
Little Junior, but big heart.
Aw. Look at you. Look at you.
Horn of Greed. What?
What?
That seems good.
It seems medium. Whenever a player plays a land, that player draws a card.
Fun for everyone. EDH card. Solid
EDH card for sure. And we've got a Ponder.
And, Tyrannus, I think. No? Wait, Underground City, sorry. It was
Nope.
white border. I saw white and I freaked out. I think we're going to see a shuffle off this Ponder.
Because you always shuffle on Ponders, right?
No, it's very true, I guess.
What's up, Sad LK? It is
Hello.
good to see you.
Oh,
All right.
didn't shuffle.
All right. John clearly
Didn't
doesn't know what
shuffle.
he's
Clearly. You must shuffle all Ponders. If you're trying to win. Oh, getting bolted?
doing. Ooh. That's a feisty play.
Down to 4 we go.
Down to 4 with plenty of damage on the board. John apparently
Flip
likes
top?
what he's got.
Oh, it was Terminus.
Do we have the Force of Will, though? And does John have the ability to combat that? And it looks like the answer might be Brainstorm and hope that I do.
I think he's got Force in hand, though.
Ooh. Huh. So
wonder-
then what are we looking for?
I think we just...
I'm
Do
not
we
sure what
force the Brainstorm, thinking that maybe he doesn't have another blue card?
it's bold, but I kind of like it.
Getting greedy?
Nah. If you're going to fight a counter battle, win it straight up. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, old school.
But what if he draws a bunch of Force Wills?
Wow, that would actually be problematic.
Like 8 of them.
Actually, I think that would give John the win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He just
so
casts-
actually, if I'm John, I'm hoping that he draws 8 Force Wills.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Super signaled that Force Will? Sure, but hey, sometimes intimidation is all
Oh.
you need. See, now Tyrell doesn't even want to bother fighting over it because John so clearly signaled the Force Will. Which is, I think, what John wants, because now he's got a Force Will.
Yeah.
And that's pretty
And no
not bad.
board to deal with. That's fine.
What's up, Lewis? It's good to see you.
Another peasy.
Okay. So, looks like
Are we gonna see
Tyrell...
that bolt? Main phase of bolt, keep him off fetches.
Looks like Tyrell is going to let his youth kind of take over at this point.
I was like, what?
Well, because it's a young Pyromancer.
I don't think he's got red sources to bolt if that's what he was trying to do right here.
It would seem that you're right. And if I was Tyrell, I would feel a little bit silly at this point. I mean, not like...
Maybe.
s-
Tiny
I-
sillies?
tiny
Little sillies?
I would feel... the ittiest of bittiest sillies. What's up, AJ? It's good to see you.
Very little.
So, looks like there's just so many volcanoes on the battlefield that lightning
many.
has somehow been trapped. It's actually, it's an ancient ritual.
If John's nice, he'll let him cast it with the Trop.
That would be really nice of John.
Very nice of
I
him.
just don't think that's what's going to happen.
No. And we might be seeing a game where John actually comes back. He's got Snapcaster Force, Brainstorm, and some maybe Mentor or another Terminus.
Snap looks good, though.
Snap looks real good.
Snap, ponder, shuffle, draw.
I like it.
What am I wearing today? Oh, what
Ooh.
tie am I wearing today? Well, let me tell you what
Oh,
tie
man.
I'm wearing today. I'm going to have
It's
to
a tie.
unclip it so that I can show you the full majesty of this glorious masterpiece
Isn't
of
that thing hot
Necron.
on there?
Oh, it's
Burning
keeping me
up?
warm and fuzzy inside. Look at this masterpiece
there we
of a
go.
tie. Look at that Monastery Mentor also. Is there Modern tomorrow night? Yes, there is, Peter. You just got home from Legacy? Well, welcome. It's good to have you here.
Where at? Ooh.
Man, this tie is super majestic, and it was sent in by a viewer. Thank you. Thank you, anonymous viewer. You are amazing and awesome, and
Oh,
I
wow.
really genuinely love this because it's awesome, and I wore it for Casual Friday, and all my coworkers loved it, and some customers were like, nice tie, and I was worried about it at first because I was like, what if it's not professional enough? So I put on this sports coat for the entirety of the day to balance it out, but one guy was like, I like your tie, and I was like, thank you so very much, and he said, for show, and I was like, he didn't say that, but that was basically the gist of the story.
The second bolt. So I think he pitched. Yeah, he pitched Snapcaster to counter that first bolt. Oh, and he drew into double force. He had to, I think, to counter the second bolt. Because yeah, now he's at 2. Wow,
At 2 with a Mountless Mentor. Oh,
Oh,
my
nice.
goodness.
that's crazy. I can't believe that. That was a pretty interesting stack. The second bolt in response to that force. Puts
So
him-
force. Well, bolt.
bolt,
Force
the
a
bolt,
will.
go to 3, bolt on the stack, brainstorms, finds 2 forces, easy game.
Easy game, easy life, but brainstorm locked.
But brainstorm locked. But he's got a pretty impressive board, and I don't know if he's going to be drawing any more bolts in this game.
Oh my goodness! What
He
a way
does
to
have
be.
an army of monks.
An army of monks sounds a lot more intimidating, but it didn't work so well for the airbenders.
That's true. Oh, he's got top. Tippity.
You know, this board seemed really peaceful until the Fire Nation attacked.
Right. But now it's the opposite.
Now it's like chapter 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Toppy, tippy.
So, by the way, can we just note the flavor of a Monastery Mentor going off with the Sensei's Dividing Top?
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good flavor.
I don't really know what he's doing. He's just like spinning that a bunch and it's like, oh man, there's my homies are here now.
No, those are all the trick shots, and all people are like, I want to learn from that guy. He's got
He's like a yo-yo master.
he's got the moves. Yeah, like Jet Li, he just be punching stuff. This guy, he just
That's a lot of damage
Whoa.
coming in too.
it's a
20?
nifty amount. Yeah.
Is that good?
Are we hoping to just top deck the bolt? The fourth bolt?
The forked.
Or the forked bolt?
Hey.
Hey.
It would be the fourth bolt, though, I think. That's a probe.
Might as well. Oh no, he got... Show it. Show the bolt. Live the dream.
Ooh.
Nope, no dreams.
Wow.
The dream is dead.
Dream is super crushed. That was a pretty crazy game, though.
Yeah, John is a heartbreaker.
A lot of spells cast in that game. Some of them relevant. Most of
Oh,
them.
man. So, how's everybody doing? I hope you are having a great day. I hope you're having a good time. My name is TJ.
I'm Ryan.
Yes, he is, and he's pretty great. Ryan, it's been a bit since you've been in the booth. I'm
Yeah.
so happy to have you back.
Happy to be in.
You're doing great.
Been playing a lot lately, so I thought I'd take a break from Magic. Last time played Storm, went undefeated, so
I do remember that because you won.
I got second. Me and Dylan both went undefeated.
Really?
Yep.
That I did not know. But you and Dylan are pretty good buds.
We're buds. We share wins. Collect them in a little bin, a cookie jar
Sure.
at home. That's where we store all our wins.
Interesting. Are those non-perishable?
Oh no, they don't expire.
Really?
Never.
Really? I did not know that. I should put some
Ant.
wins into my bomb shelter.
Yeah. Just in case you need them when you're low on wins.
Well, yeah, but then everybody
Feeling
comes around
salty.
looking for free wins at me, and
Right?
it's just... ugh.
Nope. Not today.
All right, so it looks like Dryu is feeling a little bit better. I'm so happy to hear that. You passed your math test, and you got a 3-hour nap. I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Did you not get a nap? Or was there someone waking you up
Well-
consistently through that nap?
Welcome to our Legacy stream.
Stream.
Where-
Where people are playing card
Magic.
games. And everyone who loses on stream gets Shadow Realm.
Are we doing that today? I thought
guess
we were
so.
scheduling that out a little bit farther.
Oh, you might be right.
I-
Once they stop doing GPTs.
No more GPTs. We're going.
Very small text at the bottom. All losers will be
We're actually
Shadow
just
Realm.
putting in a pyramid, and we're basically just going to do Shadow Realm duels at the top of that.
Fair decks. Fair is a funny word. Legacy.
Thanks, Doro. This is a professional stream.
That's why we wear these. Whatever these are called.
Where are you? Eldrazi? I don't know.
Scarf.
Somewhere in the blind eternities.
Neck cape. Tiny thin neck capes.
That makes a lot of sense. It explains why my neck feels super today.
Oh man.
We're dumb.
No.
No.
Maybe. You are.
Alright, so heading into a game 2, Tyrell does get to be on the play. The Dazes look decent. How do you feel about Force of Wills against Miracle's post-board?
Man, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like you want them, but if you board into 3 Red Blasts,
Which are just better most
just
of the
better
time.
most of the time, and you really do want to like trade pretty evenly. You don't really want to exhaust all your resources.
Mm-hmm.
I think against this deck, Daze is pretty much good on the play or draw because he's trying to jam a lot of those cards.
Sure.
If you keep forcing, I guess. I don't know. It's a hard call.
Yeah. We don't need the quotation marks around professional. It's implied.
The implication.
Because the implication. Oh, I hope you're all doing so amazing. To all 5,630 followers, to all 189 subscribers. Thank you so much for just everything that you do in helping us out and being amazing and getting us 11 away from giving away an Expedition breeding pool.
Whoa.
I do have one bit of sad news, however.
Why?
As you may know,
I probably don't.
next weekend is GP Vancouver.
Oh, right. I do know that.
Which means, unfortunately, that next weekend this stream will not be happening.
Oh, why not?
Because...
Can't you just Skype it while you're on
Can't I
Matches
just
and
Skype it
stuff?
in? The problem is that everyone who plays Legacy, Modern, or Standard will be up in Vancouver with us.
I'm down here, but I can't touch this. It's a computer. Well, I guess
That's a story for another time, everybody.
that's not even a letter.
No,
That's a right angle.
that is a right angle. This keyboard is cryptic.
Very.
Explains the
Close.
background.
Yeah. Oh my. You can't even play that card in Legacy.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, you can.
you can play shocks.
You can play a lot of things. You can play whatever you want.
But
It's
not
the-
conspiracies.
No.
Back down.
Oh man. I'm gonna start by activating this conspiracy. That'd be so, man. Legacy would be a crazy, wacky format if you could use conspiracies. As many as you want, I guess. I don't know what the rule is.
Doomsday with a bunch of the ones that let you reduce it by 5 cards.
That seems good. Let's do it. Brew, you get 5 conspiracies for your Legacy deck.
Hatchback Honda, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Not only are Hondas neat, but hatchback Hondas are also neat. And not only is that all of that, but that. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Salvation Chaos. Your name's confusing, but you're welcome here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess if it was
I guess
like
it's a little bit of both.
if there was oppressive order, then Salvation Chaos, right? It's like it's like when you explode something, but with confetti, as instead of an explosion.
Oh, yeah. Am
Except-
I a felon? I'm a fella. But no, I just can't. I don't know anything about computers.
Yeah.
If I start pressing these buttons, bad things would probably happen.
What will I play? Almost certainly Burn.
What's your other choice?
Anything else that I want.
Oh my.
Pretty much.
You're so important sounding.
No, just like it's a modern GP and I have so much modern stuff. Like, but Burn is just the deck that I'm most comfortable with, and I've played all of 9 matches in the last year.
Yeah.
Cran Flark, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's awesome having you, and also thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to pronounce your name. To all 3 of you for joining, let us know where you're watching from. I would love to know, and I'd love to welcome you. Let's learn a bit about each other. I'm from TJ.
From TJ. Grow together. Alright, classic Tyrell is turn 1 Delver.
Classic.
Typical. These Delver decks, so predictable.
Main your Chalice all you want. I'm mainboarding 4 Destructive Reveries, 4 Shattering Sprees, and 2 Smash to Smithereens.
That seems fine. Mardu Vehicles is going to take Modern by storm.
Turns out I'm not on Burn, I'm just on Smash stuff.
Smash stuff. I was playing Sealed today, and the guy was literally on, like, Smash stuff. He had, like, 4 just straight artifact removal cards, and it was really good. I mean, I don't know. I don't play a lot of...
I call the deck Hulk
Sealed.
Smash, and it's basically, it's a meta deck for if everybody's playing Lantern and Affinity, but lose to everything else.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I hate losing to those 2 decks.
Yeah. You scoop to everything else.
I don't really mind Lantern. I don't like losing to Affinity, though.
Sounds like I'll be 0-24 and 2. That's not true. I will be 1-23. I will be 2-22 and 2 because I will crush an Affinity player's dreams
Nice.
so badly. And then I sideboard out all those trash cards into a normal Burn deck.
Nice. That sounds good. You know, just scope out the game 1, make sure they don't have artifacts, see the ways clear.
So we've got a Cabal Therapy, and it looks like probably
sure
naming top would be my
Or
assumption.
counterbalance.
No, because if there was no turn 1 top, I think you name Counterbalance. Except there's also a turn 1 planes, which means that they aren't going to have the double blue the next turn.
Right.
So I don't think you name that either. So
I just think it's cards he's scared of.
I don't know what I would name at that point. It gets all mysterious.
I'd probably name Brainstorm.
Brainstorm seems like a good blind name almost always.
Even if they're not playing it, who knows? The sideboard plan.
Okay. Sounds like how you... Oh, no, I like losing to anything. I honestly don't care about losing to decks. I don't care about winning. Like, winning is great, but the deck that people play, I've got no ill will to anybody for playing the thing that they're going to have fun on.
I feel that. I guess I should say I don't like losing to Affinity when I'm playing a deck that has the tools to deal with, like, it, unless they go cranial plating, just, you know, the Nuts Affinity. I hate losing to the Nuts.
The Smash Bash.
But at the same time, I like it because
Get
I
the
love
cash.
seeing any aggressive deck that just, it's like little pieces come together, smash your face.
Yeah, I'm in a weird spot to where basically I only just play the game for this love of playing the game, so I don't really get bothered.
Yeah. I'm a pretty good loser. I'm a bad
You've
winner,
got a
though.
lot of practice.
Oh,
Grego, thank you so
my.
much for hitting that follow button. It's awesome having you here. You're a rock star. I'm sorry to say that.
It's
You're,
okay.
You're a great player.
I've had a lot of practice.
I have a lot of respect for you as a player. You're awesome.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible player.
Well, yeah, but we don't need to tell all of them.
That's true. Well, I like telling people that, and then they're like, oh, this guy, I'll just take this crappy hand, because he obviously can't play, and then, you know, get you.
True facts.
It is funny switching to Storm from Mud, because a lot of people think I'm on that.
All right. What is up? We're just watching some Legacy, having some fun. I hope you're having a good time. Silent Echo. Alright.
Whimpering down the sleeve.
Let's see here. Did I say that I like playing the game because I love it? No? I don't think I said anything about a weird spot. I don't know.
Weird spot.
I don't know.
I have a weird spot on the back of my head that I forgot to cut.
I see it.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
I've got some clippers at home. We can take care of that.
Okay. Should we go now?
Sure. Peace. We'll just leave you with this. So Forcible is going to take it down. And it looks like no glory to be had for Tyrell. Tries to get rid of a counterbalance. John decides to get rid of the thing that told him to get rid of his counterbalance. And Tyrell is going to kick things off with a ponder. Now, you just take a look here.
Oof.
Classic.
That sucks.
That's a classy move. Not only is it a natural counter, but
it's the next card he needs.
I have a counterbalance. Now, what do I need again? I think it... John clearly made a grocery list. This is what I need to do when I go to the store. Because he made a grocery list, and he found what he needed. Now he's just getting out.
Man, I wonder if Tyrell is packing Decay in the sideboard. Sometimes they do, but I think I've seen people straying from it and just having the Red Blast be their kind of plan for me.
John's die is wandering, but I think he's at 13.
He's hiding it.
Doesn't it look like that? That looks like a 12.
I think so.
It's wandering. It's a mover.
It's a shy dice.
It's a mover and a shaker.
Oh, man.
Playing around the classic Abrupt Decay out of Grixis Delver. Pretty smart.
Now what are you going to do?
Indeed.
This game is looking pretty rough.
Do I
Yeah.
think that Magic could work as an LCG? I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't really get the difference between a living card game and a collectible card game. I actually don't. I pretty much only play Magic.
Yeah.
I don't play other card games.
I play
Poker.
poker sometimes.
Is that a living card game?
I think so. You can collect them.
Collect chips. It's just like at the snack table.
I probably should go get a back of Metch ready.
It gets a little bit obvious if you start walking out there. And like, all right, who wants to play? They're about wrapped up.
Right. Yeah. Ain't going nowhere.
Nah, it's gonna take John a little bit of a
Right, to
little
close
bit
the
to
gap.
close it out.
Who knows? Maybe we'll see, echoing truth. And he won't have 2-drop, then Cabal Therapy. Easy.
Nice. A Borg form, it would work in theory, except the game would probably, like, you can do that now. It's just incredibly expensive. You have a living card game where you just buy an expansion pack.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't really like that a lot, I guess. I don't know. It seems like it's more difficult for the game to actually provide to as many people as it does. Like, Magic is a good game because drafters, cubers, legacy players, modern players, standard players, basically everything exists in this kind of cohesive thing to where if you play Magic, there is something for you. Yeah. And I think that
So many
anytime,
different ways
if
to
you
play.
mess with that model, a living card game just doesn't have the same sustainability. Even from the financial perspective, to where you're making less money because you're selling less packs, which means that you don't have the ability to really supplement the other things that you want to. So I think theoretically Magic would work great as a living card game, but it would certainly be less successful and it would certainly be less popular.
Yeah.
And have a lot less resources going into it.
I mean, they kind of do similar stuff with that. It was like Plane Chase or like, what's the boss battle one where one player plays the deck. I mean,
Or
supplementary.
commander products, things like
Yeah.
that, sure. Yeah.
Kind of similar.
A Momer emblem on a Momer avatar on MTGO.
Yeah. Have you ever tried like Hearthstone or played any other TCG-ish games?
Nope. I mean, I have played like a game of Hearthstone, so John is just going to take this one. We're going to figure out another match. I'll set on up. See you there. Hello, and thank you for joining, everybody. It's good to have you all here. My name is TJ. We're having a good time. We're having a great time watching some of that super sweet Legacy. And Ryan is out there trying to find you all another match to watch. I'm excited about it. But yeah, I don't know. Like, the game would function pretty similarly as a living card game, but I think that it would have significantly less success from a financial perspective, which means that we wouldn't see the same worldwide support and all that stuff. So I don't know. Like, obviously in the short term, the game is much better than a living card game. If everyone has access to everything, the short term of the game is wildly successful, but I think the long term prospects are much much more dangerous, and I think that is a somewhat short-sighted win.
Any shardless. Funny thing is,
Tell
there
me-
is some shardless.
Tell
coming
me
up.
more about what you're just so kindly tying into.
So it's shard still, shardless agents, standstill, bug deck.
This is totally in the hands of Dylan, isn't it?
No, it's a new player, Matt Hansen.
One, and which side is he on?
Or they're not sitting down yet.
All right. Well, who's he going to be going up against?
He's going against Ian, and Ian's playing Nikvit.
Yes, he's actually got a super cool card in there.
Atraxa?
Nissa. The 5-mana one. That's basically a reality smasher, but also is a regrowth, and also is like a kind of better tireless tracker.
I love Tires Tracker.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I gotta say, Veteran Explorer looks pretty good once you've got that emblem up.
Oh, yeah.
Sack
dredge,
it,
though.
draw 2, get 2 basics, call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any dredgers playing today? I believe that Life from the Loam is getting played. Does that count?
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I think the players may have sat down, and we've got Matt Hansen. Is that correct? Yeah.
He is facing the wall, and
I
Ian
guessed
is
right.
on the wall.
I guessed right. All right. So this is
Shard still. Or bug still.
Shardless Standstill.
Sure, let's do it.
I'm just gonna call it that so that when people like appear in chat.
Yeah, they'll see those two cards.
Exactly. And Nikfit.
Yep.
All right. And what game are we on?
We are on game 2.
And who won game 1?
Who won game 1? Matt won.
Alrighty. Alrighty.
Still a bug. Bug still.
Bug still.
Standing
Still a bug.
shard.
So we just call it cockroach.
cockroach.
It's still a bug. Let's do Nissa. I think I nailed it. Either way, let's find out. See you there. Alright, so we are getting set to go here. We could do a bit of both if they were more liberal with the I mean, there's a lot of things that they can do. There's a lot of things that can be done in
this
the world
should
of
be an
Magic.
interesting matchup. I always like the green black decks going against each other. Both traditionally kind of longer games, and but I think we've got a lot more value coming out of the shardless side. But at the same time, the long game really does favor Nikfit with like siege rhinos.
I have to imagine that Ian has got more basics too.
Oh, big time.
And post sideboard,
I'm thinking Matt might have none, but he does have a sweet Winnie the Pooh tattoo.
he does have a sweet Winnie the Pooh tattoo. I'm going to call it at least a B+, probably A+.
We're gonna have to see that face, how accurate it is.
Oh no, I'm a little bit worried that it's just a honeypot trying to distract us.
Right. Oh man, Veteran Explorer, unblockable almost. Just the top of her head,
It's amazing how many creatures are unblockable when there's no creatures on the battlefield.
right? Can't be blocked. Oh. Now he can, though. But he's kind of pseudo-unblockable.
Because you want them to die. Let's do that one
Trax
instead.
is so hot right now.
Okay, so
That would be neat if Ian was playing that. I do not think he is.
I don't know. I didn't see it in his list when I did a quick scan through with my eyes.
The old sun for one. Ooh. There we go.
Did you intend that to rhyme when you open your mouth?
Sure.
Nice.
I read a lot of Dr. Seuss growing up, so it's kind of instilled. Oh man, a Mishra's Factory.
Oh, the places you'll
Into
flow.
the Shardless Agent. Oh, getting death right.
Oh,
Not standstill, but pretty good.
oh, the places you'll flow. So we've got a Deathright Shaman, which is excellent. Also, the Mishra's Factory, quite good on this board. Eventually, when a stand still is able to come down.
Right.
That's pretty stellar, because
Now,
the
do
creature
you-
lands are how you do this.
Do you Maelstrom Pulse your own Veteran Explorers to ramp up a little bit to play Pernicious Deed?
To turn 3 mana into 4 mana, and then Pernicious Deed.
With 1 mana open? Oh my gosh.
I'm not sure if I'm that bold.
No, I don't think anyone should be. It's a very bold move.
So... I'm definitely blocking, though, if that's what you're asking.
Oh my.
I am all over the block game. I am double blocking this forever and all day.
What? Oh, he's getting decayed.
And apparently, it's not actually going to be blocked forever and all day. So our
He is probably
Tarmogoyf,
still going to be blocked.
we're up to a 3/4 Tarmogoyf,
3, 4
which is actually
artifact creature land.
it is an artifact creature.
Instant. No swings though. Probably for the best. Was that a Sun Titan? Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I love me some Sun Titan.
Should have Maelstrom Pulsed.
Should have Maelstrom Pulse. You'd be at freaking Sun Titan mana. And then you get your Veteran Explorers back.
Oh, man.
Ugh.
So.
Oh, man. All
Looks-
the removal.
And it looks like actually Ian, really nice guy actually, willing to show this Tarmogoyf out the door, but did it in a really peaceful way.
Yeah,
It
and
was causing a
it
bit
was
of a
actually very
fuss.
powerful because no basics in the deck means it's very hard to find one off Path. Path just being straight up the best removal spell ever.
When your opponent has no basics, it looks pretty saucy, I gotta say.
And this bug standstill deck, I'm pretty sure it can't afford to run many basics.
Yep. So, one play that might be a little bit odd. Why did he not just decay the sword as opposed to the agent and block with the 2 Veteran Explorers and ramp way up?
That would have been a good play.
It would have been neat.
Yeah.
It would have been super neat.
I think getting rid of the GT2 is your biggest problem. Because you want to block. You want those guys gone.
I'm all about blocking.
I love blocking.
Yeah, I once blocked something and I thought to myself, this was the right call. And it worked out great.
Wow.
Yeah,
Powerful stuff.
I know. I actually thought about making
I'm trying
it
to block all these tears from running down my cheeks. Because of how beautiful you are.
Also, when we say that this is the storage closet, it's because we keep onions back here.
Where? I once ate, or I took a bite of a raw onion for $10.
Worth?
Like an apple. Yeah, I love onions. No bigs.
Cool. I'm not gonna make that bet with you then. So Creeping Tar Pit looks like it wants to get in on the action.
Shoot those 2 Veteran Explorers. Oh, there we go.
It-
It's because you have decay for it anyways.
Easy.
Tempo.
Easy. So,
If only he had a decay now that GT's on board. Well, you spoke too soon. Because he did have a decay. $10 is worth for that. Yeah, I think so. Oh, there we go. Now he's making a lot of mana.
now we've got a Phyrexian Tower, which is able to sacrifice one of these Veteran
Make 4
Explorers.
mana. Maybe cast a
I,
Sun Titan.
okay, I gotta ask, how does Matt meet a Dragonlord Dramoka?
Wow.
I don't think that you do.
Was it? It's uncounterable.
Dragonlord Dramoka is just everything. It's also, it's basically impossible to kill. It's got lifelink. It's got flying.
Huh. And
It-
your opponents can't cast spells during your turn.
Which basically means that they can't cast their own standstills. Or trigger their own standstills on your turn, which is really not where you want that to be. I don't know. But the card's great.
But something. Either way.
But words are coming out of my mouth, and they matter.
He could have a Lily, but Lily's not going to be very good with the Veteran Explorer sitting next to
I
you.
would definitely sacrifice my Veteran Explorer
Easy.
in that case. Probably just because a 1/1 that I want to die is probably the card that I'm going to lose.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Slamming down the Sun Titan.
Man, people love that quote button.
How do you quote things? Or what
Dude.
are they quoting?
They just hit quote and all of our quotes come up.
Oh, man.
We gotta start looking into limiting that to like once per minute or something.
People are going quote crazy. Quote unquote crazy.
You know, it's quid pro quo.
Man, Sun Titan. I love me some Sun Titan. And the nice miscut Phyrexian Tower.
And getting back a Veteran Explorer. Now what's the Liliana gonna do?
Nothing.
Hooray!
Make 2 lands.
Looks silly.
I don't know. I mean, he could be playing Liliana. It's hard to know what's in this deck. I feel like the standstill plan makes him playing more
Tricky.
low curve threats.
Yeah.
Shardless probably being at the top of the curve, maybe with like True Name or something.
Uh-huh. Deluge.
Deluge is a good card,
Deluge is not a bad card.
and I think that's what we're actually about to see. Tapping the boom.
Nailed it. Are we gonna go all the way down to 10?
That's
See,
fine though.
it's so sad because, like, you can put down just a Jamoka at that point.
Oh, he's topping.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So,
pretty bad top.
you know, he's got a Verdant Catacombs. So, no top is a bad top when you've
Right.
got a Verdant Catacombs.
We're gonna clear it away.
Cleared away. So, looks like we're going to get some basics, and we're going to attack for a mighty amount of 4, which looks kind of neat. you know, if you're...
Yeah. I love Mishra's Factory.
Mishra's Factory is pretty great.
One of my favorite lands.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine's Basic Mountain,
That's a good one.
truthfully.
I like Tolarian Academy. I like Volra Strongholds is another good one. Let's see.
Gaia's Cradle is a lot of fun.
Gaia's Cradle's a cool one. Tabernacle.
Tabernacle's great.
Strip Mine.
Dark
another favorite.
Depths.
Dark Depths is cool.
Dark Depths is awesome.
Safe Haven. It's a funny land. I don't know what it does or what it's meant to be doing, but it's a weird card.
That's true. That's true.
That's a lot of lands.
Okay, so
A lot of lands.
you could cast at least 2 things.
At least.
At a minimum.
He's like, if he casts his Jamoka too, you can sack it to tower to make a little bit more black.
Oh, that's a good point. If you're just a little bit shy on that one, you want to cast your Phyrexian Obliterator.
Yeah, yes. And the Rhino.
Rhino looks great.
We like Rhino.
Yeah, we like Ike too, but that election ended, 40 years ago.
That's true. I don't like using the Phyrexian tower to top because now you can't
60
sack
years
your Jamoka when you play it.
60 years ago?
60?
50.
50.
50 years ago?
Pokemon
60?
came out like 100 years ago.
50?
The TV was invented
I don't know.
by a dinosaur.
I don't know.
Oh man, that's a lot of mana. What do you think we're going to see? That's 6 mana of various green, white, and black colors. Oh.
Probably a Pernicious Deed for 7.
He's just
then-
floating the extra mana, just getting it ready.
Probably a Pernicious Deed, and then just wrecking my own Dragonlord Jamoka.
Oh man.
That seems like what I would do.
2 big old guys coming in one after another.
Yeah. I mean, the Jamoka's just massive. Like that card is pretty difficult to overcome. And at this point, do you really want a Toxic Deluge for 7 and go down
There
to
we go.
3?
There's an answer. Pseudo answer. Some Beastrix.
Volrathi with the sub! That's 4 months in a row for being awesome. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the hype. Thank you so much
Strix after Strix.
for letting us do what we do. I love it. I appreciate it. You're great. That gets us to 188 because apparently one of our subs fell off in the very course of this stream. But we're going to power
The
through
hype
it.
train was going too fast.
Absolutely, and they slipped right on into the future, but hopefully they'll be back. Thank you for the support, Volrathi. 82.
One of my favorite lands. I guess he could be talking about Volrath in general.
Maybe. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. I couldn't say for certain.
Oh man, 2 Strix. That's gonna...
It's going to get in the way.
Yes, but I think he's got Pernicious Deed in hand.
He
And I think
does.
that's what we're about to see.
A Pernicious Deed for 2 looks pretty okay.
I'd do it for 6.
Whoa.
Show him.
That way,
Not afraid.
it's just a little bit safer just in case Matt has actually got some morph creatures.
It's true. Flash and morph creature. Flip it.
So,
Gives you 6.
it's a hit for 5, and also
5.
Ian gaining a lot of wiggle
Wow.
room, going up to 14 here.
A little bit of back and forth, but... Oh, and Caracasing it back to give it some pseudo-vigilance? Or is he just going to shoot the Rhino?
I think he's just going to cast it to keep the pseudo
think
vigilance,
so.
which is actually a pretty cool play.
Yeah, fine.
It's super neat. Because, that card's an ace blocker against a board like this.
Can't be countered?
Yeah, absolutely not. So,
Yeah. I think he's dead either way. Or, oh, I guess he wasn't. Yeah, holding back the second Strix was probably fine.
that
Would've been a
is
little bit
a
better.
fun fact, Teddy Swaint. You do get a free sub every month if you're on Amazon Prime, but you do not have the option of setting it to auto-renew. So if you've got Amazon Prime, you can always set that to happen again.
Oof.
Woo!
Well, Ian taking game 2, so it looks like we'll
Pretty
Get-
solid.
squeeze the 3rd match out of it.
At the casters, do the subs pay for those fly clothes? No, they do not.
We
Actually,
do. Or sometimes we just have them.
we
laying
are.
around.
I mean, this tie was sent in by a viewer, so it was sent in by, but it wasn't sub money that paid for it.
That's true.
But nope, the rest of it was all of us. Basically, everyone who works on the stream is a volunteer, actually.
Yeah.
So we don't profit really at all from the stream.
It just goes towards making it better, changing stuff.
Basically, yeah, it's going towards improving the stream production-wise. Currently, we're looking at buying a second machine to attach to this one to be able to handle hopefully more than twice the workload, since we've got a lot of ideas.
Can we stream like 3 people playing at the same time?
We're actually looking into getting two feature
Really?
tables, so that we can have two
Transition
matchups going at
easier.
this exactly. It's also going to be going to things like thank you stuff to the people who are working on the stream, and like general ways to say thank you to all them, and it's also
Giveaway
going to go
stuff.
into like giveaway stuff, supplying those giveaways, and also occasionally we're going to do some things to give back to the players, since they are also, you know, doing us a favor by being on stream.
Pretty big part of it.
And yeah, they're like, I hugely appreciate our players for being on stream and helping us out this way. And so anytime that I can find a way to give back to them and help them out is pretty big, from my perspective, because this stream is so far away from being the product of any one, two, you know, small group of people.
Right. A bunch of people coming together.
So we've got a Mutavault down for Matt, and Veteran Explorer coming down for Ian. That's a good way to start it.
Fine start. Blocker. Oh, 2 factories. And
What's up, Sean?
GTEC.
It's good to see you.
I like it.
Sean, to update you, we were talking about a cool idea on your stream the other day. I did get the email of your PR person, and I think this weekend we might
And
be
here
trying to
comes
chase
the
it down.
standstill.
The standstill off of a Mishra's factory in a Mutavault and a tropical island. Classic.
Classic. Everyone's favorite.
All right, now everybody, wherever you are, stop and stand still. I'm not funny.
But neither is that standstill.
No, it is not. It's a good thing I have you here to recover for me. Whenever a player casts a spell, you sacrifice it, and each of that player's opponents draws 3 cards. Well, I think Matt is hoping
Each of that
Ian-
players? EDH card.
EDH card forever. It actually is.
I'm laying down. We'll lay still. We'll have to print a new card for that. I don't know what it would do. Probably just like a tap effect.
I'm actually working on getting a Rogues Gallery versus Card Hoarder stream showdown kind of thing going on. Bruce
Super
Spy.
League.
I'm gonna see if I can do it.
Oh, wait. Rex Sage.
Hey, Brew, you know what? It might be kind of fun to have a commentator from the Rogues and a commentator from Card Hoarder.
It's too bad that Rex Sage couldn't have blown up the standstill.
You know,
He didn't play it fast enough.
This
He
is
would
a-
have thrown it.
we've got a situation where Matt may have far more cards. Oh, or the
And
backup
another
GT.
GT.
Sure. But Ian is going to have significantly more mana to work with. So are Ian's cards, which are bigger, are just massive, are those singularly, because they are like card for card, Ian wins.
I think so.
But can Ian's cards overcome the advantage, overcome the card advantage that Matt is holding on to?
Painful truths? I think we're matching card for card here
It's
now.
a step in the right direction, certainly.
I think, especially because like the Shardstill list, I think is gonna try to prey on like those smaller curve decks like Delver, or maybe even like I don't know how much counter magic he's running. Probably more removal since like Standstill, you don't want any threats to land. But he'd have good game against like any of the small creature decks. But this is a little bit different. The small creatures, you want them to die basically, or in this case,
I want my Veteran Explorer to die.
that's rough. Look how proud he looks.
He is so proud, but he's just so, like,
He's so good in the graveyard.
the problem is that I just want, it's because I want to bring him back,
right?
you know? He's like the butterfly. You gotta let him go, because it really helps you get him back, because then you can
Yeah.
cast your Sun Titan.
Oh yeah.
But a Deathheart Shaman coming down for Ian, pretty solid.
DRS is really good.
Deathrite Shaman is it's bonkers. The card is just insane.
It's in like almost as many decks as like Ponder.
It's incredible to just think that at one point that card was
As
like,
in Modern.
that card would be okay in mod. Like, the fact that that card was in Modern is so. I remember those days because that's when I was first getting into Modern,
What a bad time.
and I remember
good time.
I remember losing to like turn 2 Lilianas, like a lot.
I get to do that in Legacy still. It's
That
fun.
card was just so good. Man, you're bringing me back. That was back when I was just playing like a red deck wins that was like a Ball Lightning, Hellspark Elemental, Spark Elemental kind of thing when I was
yeah.
first getting into...
Red guys.
Basically, yeah, and it was running like Keldon Marauders, and I was
Sweet
running like
card.
2 Chandra's Phoenix, because that's what I had, kind of stuff.
It's got haste.
Oh, man.
Ooh,
So,
throwing those guys in front of there.
looks like we do not want the Mutavault to be alive. So, Ian, I think, realistically, I think the Reclamation Sage is mostly a matter of it's no longer particularly valuable.
Right.
And the Veteran Explorer was just, you do want that one to die. Matt is actually willing to pay 4 to take down the Rec Sage and keep that card around. It's a high cost to keep that one when you've also still got a Creeping Tar Pit and a Mishra's Factory.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Huh. When in doubt, Jund him out.
Yeah, just try to get rid of everything. Slam standstills and beat them down.
Junding him out is a good strategy at all stages of Magic.
And whatever you're playing doesn't matter.
It's fine in Cube, it's great in EDH. Legacy and Modern speak for themselves. In Standard, it's probably fine.
It's probably
You could
fine.
do a Red Splash in the green-black deck, and while it might be worse, it would still be fine. When in doubt, you Jund him out.
Always. And don't not shuffle a Ponder. But you won't even have to worry about that, because you're Junding them out.
Exactly. I mean, I guess the universal truth about Jund is that it's a style of deck that just rewards in small increments, making the right play a repetitive amount of times.
Yeah.
Like a rock deck, a GB deck that continues to make the right play in most of its situations
Right.
will just continually accrue value and take these like little almost like microtransactions, like percentage points, right?
Right.
And that's just how it goes.
Oh man, pumping the old Mishra's Factory.
Followed by an abrupt decay on the GT.
Ooh.
So no glory there, but we are going to fall down to 7 for the luxury of riding that Rhino.
That big
Matt,
Mishra's Factory.
Not quite Legolas. More of wasn't able to take that down without any damage whatsoever.
Sun Titan. Too bad the Rhino can't come back in.
It's true, but it does still only count as 1, so that's nice.
Let's see. Yeah, I think that's a better pick. Man, it seems pretty rough right now.
Indeed. I actually loved the design of Theros, to be honest.
I like Theros.
I thought Theros was an incredibly well made set.
It was fun to play.
I really enjoyed Theros.
I liked a lot. Even like the worst commons and stuff like that. I enjoyed playing at least in limited.
Yep.
And I love satyrs.
So Sun Titan, pretty not bad.
Pretty not bad. Pretty actually good.
Yeah.
You could say.
The more that this card swings, it can get back a Reclamation Sage if Matt tries to play out something like a GT.
Yeah.
It's just going to attack and bring that back, and it's just going to wreck it. Like this board state really favors Ian, and sure, having a Death Ray Shaman and a 6/6 against someone with 7 life is a good way to go about that.
Right. I mean, Deluge seems like the removal of choice right now, that Matt has, but it's not exactly the best right now.
No, absolutely true. Now you're hoping that maybe there's a Murderous Cut that you wouldn't normally cascade into that might be able to take down the Sun Titan.
Very right. Or his own deed.
Sure.
Or death, right?
But
So
it looks like Matt unwilling to do the deed at the moment.
block, then
That's
activate
fine.
deed next turn. Hopefully there's no decay coming out of Ian's side. That'd be pretty unfortunate.
That would be unfortunate.
But he does have a Rex Sage he can bring back with Sun Titan.
And just
so-
take it down. And this Death Threat Shaman is very much relegated
Oh.
to blocking duty. I like the Reclamation Sage. Oh, that's awesome.
Pretty unfortunate. I think this game is just about done.
Yep. Why cast Death Threat Shaman indeed? I'm not entirely certain, because the Death Threat Shaman needs to block, and there was always the chance that Ian forgot that was there, and he could kill it. Like, if the Rex Sage didn't come back, Matt was going to be able to block and then crack that to sweep the board. And that Death Threat Shaman was not doing anything other than blocking. It was keeping you from dying.
Right. And he needed the land from Mishra's Factory to activate it. for
Yep.
6.
Yep. So a fetch from Ian going to knock him down to 17, which is such a lofty life total to be at right now.
It's rough territory.
Yeah. Matt just not getting the advantage that you'd hope.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to draw 3. Well, okay, but I have a 5/7. None of those 3 matter.
very hard
against
to
it.
deal with. Sometimes I'm gonna get cards back every
You
turn.
can have all the cards in the world, but if they just don't beat, like, Matt's sitting on,
Yeah.
30 cards that just don't interact well against Ian's deck. And
It's-
he's got these 3 to 10 cards that are all just
Kinda
so
green
difficult for Matt to function against.
And yeah, normally, I mean, like what this deck's trying to prey on is kind of like Delver strategies and stuff like that. And Ian's deck is especially good at doing that. Almost kind of what's happening here. Just
It's almost like Jund versus Obzon in Modern kind of thing, to where they're both mid-rangey kind of things, but Ian just goes bigger, better. And in
More
the straight-up
mid.
matchup, Ian is the better fair deck.
right.
Right.
And just like how do you deal with Sun Titan? Like you want to stand still. If Ian was playing stand still,
But Ian doesn't want to stand still. He wants to trample him with a Sun Titan.
seems good.
Actually, the Rek'Sage Sun Titan combo is so good against if Matt plays a standstill at this point.
Right.
It's just almost laughably bad.
Yeah.
Nice. Look at me, using the words.
Words are dumb. Never used them. Never learned how to read.
Can't touch computers.
Can't touch computers. Can't read. Can't talk.
Ryan basically just exists to sit right next to me and play Magic cards.
I know them by the pictures, and it's led me down some pretty bad roads.
He does not seem to have any basic lands in his deck. Correct.
Can't. Those basics are replaced by Mishra's Factories.
The deck runs 12 creature lands? No, 10. I think 10.
Just 6.
Oh, is it on like 2 Mutavault?
2 Creeping Tar Bits, 4 Mishra's Factories, and that's it. I don't think you
I
can
think
afford
it's-
the colorless mana.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Maybe the more traditional like blue-red standstill list has like 8 mana lands or something.
True, but going into 3 colors is actually pretty taxing.
Yeah, it gets pretty greedy.
You need that die for your shardless? Okay. Let's do it.
You're 5/6 shardless.
If you have a 5/6 shardless, you are a champ.
It's a lot of sort of the or I don't know.
People dislike losing to burn too.
Yeah, that is one deck
But
people
they
usually
still
get
do.
salty. Doesn't stop them from losing. They should play better cards in their sideboard.
Just because you don't like something doesn't keep it from happening.
Just sideboard against it.
That is a good fact for life.
Hedge your bets. Play some chills, or maybe a Sphere of Law. Maybe you can play Duress.
So the Abrupt Decay looks like it's going to be taking down that Deathrite Shaman.
Gotcha.
Which is actually good, because that was really a scary piece of this board.
Yeah, the Dramoka is also pretty big.
It's
Can't decay it.
sizable, is a word that I would use. Do I have Legacy Burn on Moto as well as Modern? I am about $3 away from Legacy Burn on Moto. I had to check my watch. So Jinga, first of
told
all,
you.
Jinga, it's so good to see you. Boot or Jinga, you're both mods. Could you type !follow and then your respective names each? Everybody in chat should follow both Jinga and Boot to the Head. They're both awesome.
Well, cool.
But Jinga, I would love to. I mean, I could put it together tonight or tomorrow or whatever. So,
Ian taking in 3?
indeed.
Should I hop
Or
out there?
2?
No. Matt won the first one.
You're right.
Ian won the second one.
You're right.
And Ian won the third one.
I forgot to mark the match wins because I was distracted by how awesome you are.
That's okay.
Oh,
do it
that's right.
later.
Matt took the first one because they were moving over to the table, and we only saw Game 2 and Game 3.
Yeah.
I remember that now.
Round 2 still.
So, we're in round 2, but we're getting ready.
What's our time looking like?
Not much. I think we're actually at turns or close to it. Bruce by 2. Use the command for Bruce
We
by
are.
2.
We are at turns.
We are at turns. Well, let's head up to the booth and get ready for the future. Not the past.
It's now.
Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining. My name's TJ.
I'm Ryan.
And we're streaming out here in beautiful Snohomish, Washington from a shop called Geek Fortress. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
How are you?
Oh, I am so good. I'm loving it. There's some commands in the chat right now. Bruce by Jinga and Boot to the Head. All 3 of them fantastic ones. And actually Doro while you're at it. All 4 of them streamers. All 4 of them awesome. All 4 of them friends of this stream. They're great. They're great. And yeah. That's
Yeah.
enough mild spam.
Yeah.
I mean, spam can be delicious when prepared correctly.
Oh man, I don't know. I've had some of it in my past, but
Was it-
not a fan. Not
well,
a fan of the spam.
I did specify correctly. I would call it outstandingly medium.
Okay.
Like
It exists.
I
in
have
this food.
had it and I enjoy it, but at the same time, it doesn't even get reasonably close to something like a well prepared steak. Kind
Yeah.
of things.
No one's trying to make that comparison.
Exactly. So, are we on 4 rounds tonight?
Yeah.
Excellent. So we've got 4 rounds of that super sweet legacy action here tonight. We've got some cool stuff coming up. We're getting ready for round 3. Currently in turns of round 2.
I think it just ended. I overheard people talking. So should I go out there and find a match?
I would love it if you did, Ryan. I appreciate you and everything that you do.
Alrighty.
Yep.
You
To
were good.
everybody who's out there, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. If you haven't yet, be sure to hit that follow button to join us more in the future. We do the stream 4 times a week, standard, modern, and legacy, always on the menu. Plus, I'll be streaming from my own personal account this coming Sunday. If you would like to see me stream some MTGO, talk about stuff, interact in that avenue, feel free to follow me at twitch.tv/redbearmtg and see the future that way. Otherwise, you also have the option of helping support this stream do what it does by hitting that sub button. Now, cool things there is you get a badge next to your name. You get some super cool emotes. You get access to the sub-only Discord, which I may have to create a new Discord to be able to actually have it like the official sub-only. But in the meantime, it comes out in emails, which I need to make. Good reminder to myself. Thanks, TJ. I appreciate that. But also, you get the emotes, and you get to feel good and warm and fuzzy because if by the end of February we are up to that 200 sub goal, what happens at that point? We give away
Huh?
an expedition breeding pool.
Man, that's crazy.
It is
I
crazy.
had no idea.
Did you?
I didn't.
Oh, wow.
I want it. How do I get it?
You get that by getting us up to 200 by the end of February, and then anybody in chat on that selected evening
That's cool.
is available. Also, today is a fun little anniversary for us.
How fun.
Today is exactly 1 year since we got this green screen.
Really?
Yeah,
Well then.
to the day.
And it's been it's changed a lot throughout the days.
It is changed. This stream has changed a lot throughout the days.
That's true. We got new borders. We're all hyped up. New set.
New overlay, an actual green screen. We're not streaming from a closet.
You guys are good.
All kinds of amazing things. Do you have a match for me?
Yeah.
What do we got?
They're sitting down. We have, he said, land destruction.
Who's on what side?
I gotta get names.
I have a feeling that he told them to start when he said that they're good, and we're going to be jumping in halfway through game 1.
We got Dakota Baker facing, or against the wall.
Okay.
Matt Hansen playing again.
Oh, that's super convenient. And this is land destruction?
Yep.
Alright, and are they already in the middle of their game 1?
Yeah, they just started.
Okay, and what colors was land destruction deck?
He had Deathrite Shaman out.
Close enough for me to work with. Let's go ahead and intrude on this game 1. We'll see you there. Alright, give me the quick evaluation of the board.
All right, we've got the death. I thought he had a Deathrite. Oh man, I was looking at the other side of the field.
Crit hit with the sub! Thank you so much for the support. That is awesome. 3 months in a row using your Twitch Prime. I appreciate that. You're great, and you're apparently back. Well, I like it that you're back. That brings us up to 190. That is
Getting
now
closer.
1 away from our absolute peak ever. We peaked at 191, and let's not peak it right
Let's not
now.
go back.
Let's not make this where we be. Let's move forward. Let's
Man.
get there.
This looks like an awesome board state for Matt as far as having. It looks like turn 1 was Deathrite, turn 2 Creeping Tar Pit into Standstill. Pretty much doesn't get much better than that as far as that plan goes.
Exactly.
Now we start the beats.
Wait, we're not in the closet? No, we're still in it, but we just disguise it well.
Very disguised,
So disguise.
cryptic. In our ways.
Oh,
in our
man.
closety ways.
So, looks like we are taking a little bit of damage from this creeping tar pit as it gets its knees flexing and its arms T-rexing and does the creep.
Little guys?
Yeah. Otherwise, the Deathrite Shaman helping to apply pressure by taking instant sorceries, able to produce mana, able to gain him
Is
life.
that a Pyrokinesis in his hand?
Basically, Matt has got everything
Or
he
is that
wants.
Red
going.
Blast?
Those appear to be land destruction spells. Are those Stone Rains?
I don't know. It's hard to see. It looks like Pyrokinesis, which
It is round 3, and I'm just
Would be
bad at
really
updating
rough.
things, is what it is. Have a good night, Drew. Sleep well, feel better. You're gonna be amazing when you wake up. You got a C
Ryan
minus.
C is my name too, so I'm not gonna.
Ryan C. with the cryptic joke.
Yeah. Mine. Proxies are allowed on Friday Legacies.
Yep, we don't sanction our tournaments, and you're allowed to have any number of proxies in your deck as long as they look good enough to be on camera. They might have been pillage. They totally are pillage. Oh, man.
Oh man.
That's good, because land regeneration has been a pretty popular strategy lately.
Yes.
So Dakota's just looking to wreck lands, but at the same time he can't cast spells. That Wasteland is a great tool against this Creeping Tar Pit.
Yeah. Straight removal.
But the Tarmogoyf might be problematic.
Yeah.
Was that a Pernicious Deed in Dakota's hand, potentially?
It's kind of like Jund.
It might explain why he's also not firing off this Wasteland. It might also be because there's both a Mishra's Factory and a Creeping Tar Pit to worry about. What a world we live in.
Yeah.
Pillage on the battlefield.
Getting there.
What is this, the mid-1800s?
Yes, when they're playing their pillages. They didn't have real or they had real modes back in the day. Not just that card.
Abrupt Decay taking down the Tarmogoyf looks like that's the big threat that we spy at the time.
Going for Wasteland too.
Taking down the one with the bigger clock. I might almost like taking down the Mishra's Factory, actually.
Yeah.
It combines well with other Mishra's Factories, and it forces Matt to spend more mana into this Creeping Tar Pit. But, I don't know.
Killing off the color seems maybe okay, but at the same time, I do like getting rid of the
Faces.
easier activated clock.
Faces, it works really well, actually. It's a lot of fun for us. Basically, the rule is that if you were to accrue any store credit while using those proxies, that you use them on the deck that you eventually settle on, because you might be testing out some different legacy decks.
Right, or just a card in general.
Sure, yeah. Basically, you use it on the legacy stuff that you need, is kind of the agreed-upon deal with the store.
Right. A lot of times, like, I go between trying to run Grim Tutor and Storm, and I don't exactly want to buy a $300 Grim Tutor if I don't like that card.
Yeah.
It's hard, too, because
It lets you test things like Chains of Mephistopheles.
right, cards
Like-
that are ridiculous expensive that you don't want to just shell out if you're not even willing to, like, maybe even play the deck that they would be going in.
Exactly.
Like something like John, where it's like you don't necessarily need the chains, but it is a really big part of like what you're trying to do. And it's a great card.
I would call it a pretty sweet thing. A pretty sweet thing.
Sweet little thing. I don't know if anyone has called Chains of Mephistopheles a sweet little thing.
I have.
You are.
I have. So Baleful Strix out on the battlefield, joining, of course, the ranks of... look at the curve on this, by the way. Deathrite Show. It's like 0 to 3, some of the most value-centric. Mishra's Factory, Deathrite Showman, Baleful Strix, and
So do we know
Shardless
for
Agent.
sure that's the...
That's not... That maybe isn't Pillage. That looks like just a Stone Rain. I think that's old school Stone Rain.
What was that red card?
Stone Rain.
Okay.
It is
Yeah.
just old school Stone Rain. Classy.
Getcha.
Classy. I like that.
A lot of mana to cast a Wasteland, but
Oh, man.
that's a good art. I've never actually seen that one.
It looks lovely.
I'm a big Stone Rain fan. Ooh, wow. That's a lot of value.
So, I gotta say, Sylvan Library seems outstandingly awesome right now.
Pretty good.
That card is great. Peace Solely is a happy... Yeah, I hope so. I don't know, I hope all the
Ooh.
goodness in the world to
Getting
him.
hemmed.
Nice.
Oh, him. Yeah, wow. So he is pretty much just playing, like, shardless. He just must have cut, like, something for standstill and then the lands.
What's up, Gibasem? You're awesome. Thank you so much for joining.
Oh, the other Stone Rain and Diebok Edict?
Is,
Edict?
is that what that was? Well, okay, that card was bad on this board anyway. But the Stone Rain was...
Bad on this board, anyways.
Yeah, so this actually worked out quite well. Now you just have two Lilianas.
Liliana.
Cast them both in the same turn. No, wait, that's not a Liliana. What is that?
Wait, what?
What is that in Dakota's hand?
Is it not Liliana?
No, it is not.
Huh. I thought it was.
Huh.
Oh, he's plussing? Oh, that is a...
You forgot Adcom, Doro, but I really like your effort there because that is a great way to put it.
What is that card?
Also, you said bin here, which is a good way to be clever. I'm guessing that that's you, like, being funny.
I have no idea what that card is.
That is... Oh, that's an Expedition Land.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. GTA coming in. This game looks like it's getting pretty sealed.
No, this is constructed, but I really see where you're going. So, we're going to take a pretty good amount of damage. Losing that Liliana. A+, Doro. A+.
Expedition Woodland Foothills.
Or
Ooh,
B+ from 10.
Sinkhole.
Got him.
Got him.
And didn't go for the Mishra's Factory. Bold.
Bold. I think the game's pretty much wrapped up at this point, though.
Yeah, it really feels like I would put this in my fridge and save it for later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to come back to this sports state?
Well, I mean, it's wrapped up. You know, it's not going to go anywhere.
That's
As long as
true.
I eat it within the next week or so, I should be fine. Nice and digestible.
It'll get stale after a while, those baleful strix. They go bad quick. They trade nicely, though. Getting in. Throwing the whole crew in.
Looks like we're going for a
GJ's
wholehearted
tapping,
bash
too.
with the team, and Matt is going to take a resounding Game 1 win. But,
There's a sideboard.
oh, I really hope that Dakota's somehow bringing in Blood Moon.
More. Oh, what, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, operate on that very not 3-color mana base he was trying to go for.
Dakota's got that red. I don't know.
True.
I don't
Got
know.
red. He could be sighting into a From the Ashes or something.
Ooh, my goodness. You're going to be lurking, making steak, shrimp, and red roasted potatoes. Jace player, do you do delivery work? Do you? Do you?
Yeah. Handshake for the first match.
I dig it.
High five for the second.
That's just respect. Res guy, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's awesome having you here.
Yeah.
But no, I don't mind the mid-match handshake. That's just two people saying, you know what, that was
Extending it from the winning side too. Very bold.
we don't know what happened verbally though.
That's true.
Dakota might have said, "I'm about to shake your hand."
He's like, all right, I'm getting ready. In response,
Jace player, trust me, for well-cooked steak, shrimp, and red roasted potatoes, cold is just as good as warm. Res guy 1618, you're new to Magic and you're wondering what are some good starter products. It is wonderful that you ask. The first thing that I recommend is Magic Duels. It is a free product. But, Res guy 1618, our chat is amazing and incredible. Everybody, if you could give a warm welcome to Res guy 1618. Welcome to the game. You are joining us on a particularly difficult format to learn the game off of, but I do really look forward to having you here. Everybody, please be friendly and just the amazing community that I know that you are, and help Res guy out.
man, he draws GTA more often than I've seen any person. He must be playing at 3. I know he's got 2.
Mm-hmm.
But man, he draws it a lot.
Yep.
Get free products.
But Res guy, it's awesome having you here.
Could send you my bulk.
Some of the
Anywhere
stuff will
you
be
were.
joking. If they have a sword next to their name, they'll be pretty awesome. Along with the rest of the community. But I'm fairly certain that the people with a sword next to their name will have zero trace of troll.
0?
I'm going to say zero.
Not even
Doro's
just
Doro's
like
tricky.
A smidgen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What's the smallest measurement you can do in cooking? A pinch?
Next recipe. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know. What's up, Donnie? It's good to see you. Yeah, we've got some cool stuff happening here. How you doing? What's up, Castle? It's good to see you. Welcome back, Zach. It's good to see you. Trolling is great, by the way. Fair enough.
Grave trolling.
Okay. Can I see some swords raised high? What's up, Z? Look at... Oh, man, the mods are coming out of the woodwork all of a sudden.
Is that true? Is there 100 breeds of cats? I need to know.
Probably true. We have got so many mods in there. We've got Z Magic. Jinga is still out and about. Doro's in there. Bruce by B Proxy. Tebin. Sad LK out and about.
Man, I wonder if he's playing a Tabernacle in his deck, you know? Get ya, blow up your land, slam Tabernacle. Good luck.
That sounds awesome.
Could be, you know, playing like Life on the Loam.
It's a cat fact. It has to be true.
Has to be. Deathlight Shaman into turn 2 Stone Rain.
I like.
Give it to me.
I actually kind of like that.
I didn't question. I just wanted to know. So yes.
This does look like a turn 2 Stone Rain, actually.
Oh man, that's
That is
brutal.
a blood-stained mire.
Okay.
Yes.
Grabbing probably a bad land. Maybe a good one.
Oh, you.
No, it was a bad one.
So, probably going to cast a Stone Rain, taking down that Creeping Tar Pit. That's actually a
Probably.
really good way to start this match.
Yeah.
I hope that there's a Force
It's a
Will,
good tempo swing.
And Matt is probably going to have to get rid of that Standstill. I don't see a lot of blue cards in this hand.
Does he have force?
Does have Force.
Getting rid of the land.
But still,
Going for the rain.
that doesn't feel bad at all.
Slam it in. Ooh. Just getting Stone Rained. He's just going to let it happen.
These are proxy duels, actually. So, we do allow proxies. Basically, it's a non-sanctioned Legacy event on our Fridays. People can have any number of proxies in their deck. They just have to look good enough to be on stream, and then as you accrue store credit through these Legacy events, it is expected and so far respected by all players that you use that on the cards to build your Legacy deck. Okay.
No translating it into Modern.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you pretty much could. I mean, fetches and a lot of cards do go back and forth.
Res-
What's Legacy? It's great.
Res Guy, welcome to the Magic community. It is a phenomenal community and an amazing community, and I look forward to seeing you more in the future.
Ooh, a nice 3.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to see a 5. Very solid rolls here.
I see an Abrupt Decay and an Abrupt Decay. Matt just not having any of it.
Doesn't want to deal.
Notably, Matt is actually quite low on cards, though. Oh, no, he's not. Because he hasn't used that Stone Ring yet. Or hasn't countered the Stone Ring yet.
He got
So he still has
Stone
the
Rain.
Standstill, right? Yeah, he does still have the Standstill. Okay, never mind, we're fine.
Firing up
We're
with him.
fine.
He's got a full hand, decay, a land, and a oh, is he gonna force? I think so.
What's up, Broken Pots? Looks like that is the case, so at least Matt is revealing. First of all, no Standstill, and second of all, no Force Will left in this hand. And the classic.
Get you for 2.
This is a classic mode.
Could you move the dice on the X?
Oh, he's down to 14.
Make him kiss. And a 13. What is Standstill, you say?
What is Standstill?
It's a 2 mana enchantment, 1 in a blue, that says, as it pops up, boom, there it is. When a player would cast a spell, sacrifice Standstill, and each opponent draws 3 cards. That's so funny. I
It's-
never read that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here.
What was that question he was asking?
You said you couldn't run an event even in Section 1. There was that big controversy, like a few
Yeah,
months
Wizards
ago, and
kind
then
of
they came out
addressed
at the end saying that as long as they weren't sanctioned, it was fine. There was a big thing in the middle of it, but since that whole communication was happened,
Yeah.
we've had no issues with it whatsoever. And if they were to change that policy, then we would change ours. But ever since they
Either.
released that last statement, everything that we're doing seems to fall within the confines of the official statement that was last released by Ellen. I believe it was her after there was that kind of controversy with some of the other
Right.
representatives.
Yeah. I like that we allow the proxies. I mean, it just makes it so much easier for people to play the format, and we get newer decks all the time. You know, you're not always going to see the same 8 people showing up playing the same deck every day.
Yeah, and we've actually got a small group that basically, whenever they can, they'll just keep trying out different decks to see what they can do.
I always printing out new stuff, but then when I get here, I just want to practice the decks I'm trying to take to Vegas or whatever events are coming up, since I always go back and forth. But
Which is super reasonable.
got to play D&T last time.
Yeah.
Or last time before the last time. The double last time. Man. Yeah, it seems like Legacy, it's crazy how healthy it is up here. But, for a lot of areas, it's just not... Oh, is it Molten Rain?
That is a Molten Rain.
Getting in for 2.
Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. So now we've got a top deck fight. Dakota just back... Oh, no, never mind. We've got just a Force of Will, and Matt having a little bit of trouble assembling a clock, except Shardless is incredible. So I guess that helps.
Yeah. If it gets
if
into
this is a
cards.
stance-
Oh, here we go. We found it.
Oh, that's brutal.
We've done it.
A Shardless into a standstill?
The deck has a name, and that's why.
Oh, no.
That seems pretty good. Clock and filling back your hand. I mean, even after... I don't think there's really much that Dakota's going to be
There's
able
no
to
coming
do.
back from
Unless
this.
he's 4 mana? What is that?
I have no idea what that is. Is that the creature that when it enters the battlefield, it destroys a land and has Echo?
What's his name?
Something Riders?
Avalanche Riders.
Is that an Avalanche Rider?
It would be like a promo or something. I do not know, though.
That is... Nope.
No?
No, maybe... I don't know. That doesn't look like an Avalanche Riders to me. And it's apparently back on top
on
of the
top.
library? I don't know.
Anyone know?
I don't know. But hopefully that helped you out, or at least answered your question somewhat. I lost your name in the haze.
It's a...
It was something
Shivan
Shuda.
Wumpus.
The noob Shuda.
Okay.
Hopefully that helped out the noob Shuda.
That is a Shrifty beating. Shivan Wumpus.
That's a Shivan Wumpus.
I remember the green Wumpus. I always played that when I was younger.
Oh, I'm so impressed.
It's a good card. You
Oh,
get
I'm
like a
so-
6/6 for 4 mana.
I'm so thrilled right now. When it comes into play, any player can sacrifice a land. If they do, it goes to the top of the library,
That's funny.
and it's a 6/6 with trample. That is delightful.
All the Wumpuses. A nice high five. Oh man, that's the best thing I've actually seen on stream. Is a
That's
good
some
old high five.
sportsmanship. All right, so that is the end of that match. Let's try and find another one. We'll see you up in the booth.
Run up.
Hello, and thank you so much for joining. My name's TJ. This is the Geek Fortress stream. I'm joined tonight by Ryan Coverdale, having a good time here. You are all rock stars and amazing. I do want to take a moment and just say thank you so much for joining us here. There's 264 of you, and every single one of you are such an important part of how this stream functions and how it operates. We operate so heavily on interacting with all of you, and I think that that's an important part of who we are. So thank you for being a part of this. If you do want to hit that follow button, we appreciate it. If you do want to sub, it's hugely appreciated. Otherwise, just being here means the world to us. So thank you. Ryan's out there trying to find another match for us. And, of course, be sure to catch the stream 4 times a week. Again, as a PSA, unfortunately, we will not be streaming next weekend. It is GP Vancouver, and most of the store is going to be up there, competing in the modern GP, which will be occurring up there. Donnie, it's good to see you as always. My tie today is awesomely cool. What's up, Drake? Skippy, it's good to see you. You are a rock star in every way, shape, and form. That's right, not only, it's not a one or nothing kind of thing, but it's just awesome having you here. You're a rock star. 20 questions. We should be getting something else soon, where the commentators aren't phased at all by last round Shiv and Wumpus. Hey, sometimes you gotta roll with the punches, right? You just gotta roll with it. Tragic Weather, 20 questions. Tragic Weather? Tragic Weather. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's been a bit since I've seen you, so welcome back. But I feel like it's been some time, and I apologize if you've been here the whole time and I'm just forgetful, because I do that sometimes as well. But I feel like it's been some time since I've seen you, and I do want to say welcome back to the stream. We did miss you in that case. But stick around, it's currently round 3 of 4, and we should have some more magic coming your way shortly. Ryan's out there trying to find it because, of course, not only does round 3 occur with one match, but it's actually several matches happening at once. It has been too long indeed. I'm living the dream. I'm having a good time. I've got a fiery tie today, and just the world is a wonderful place, and I'm getting ready to start not only this stream, but actually adding a stream on top of that from home. I'm starting Sunday at noon will be the first stream. It won't have a set schedule because I'm already doing this for 20 hours a week. Did your host go through? To be honest, have not seen it come through. I've not seen it come through. So I couldn't say yet. Hopefully it will, though. Hopefully it will. A Blood Moon tie. A Blood Moon tie would be super, super sweet. Yes, we did get partnered. Absolutely we did. And the cool part about it is that we're currently at 188 subs. Man, we keep losing them throughout the stream. We got up to 190. But we are up to 188 subscribers. If we get to 200 by the end of the month, we will be giving away an Expedition Breeding Pool. But otherwise, our next big goal, which was recommended by... Ooh, that's awesome, Justin Noob. I look forward to watching your stream. But our next goal is going to be 250. We're going to try and get to 250. It's going to be difficult. Dude, the tournament has not ended yet. Monstro Blandau. It's not yet. But thank you. I'm really excited about this tie. It was sent in by a viewer, actually. Alright, so we're good. Awesome. Thank you, Jays Player. I do appreciate the host. That's really kind of you. What do I think about them no longer supporting Modern? They're still supporting Modern. Obviously, it's got some bad signs to it, and I'm hoping that they reach out because of all the outcry. But I'll be curious to see what happens. It is unfortunate because I think one of the big issues is that the Eternal formats, like, the Pro Circuit exists for a lot more reasons than just letting the Pro players do one thing. And I think one facet of these streams is that it enables hope for players, so to speak. By the way, Hatchback Honda, you're a brand new follower, but you're also our featured viewer of the day. Thank you so much for joining. It's great having you here. But I think that having something that is this obtainable, this goal for players, is a huge factor in this Pro Circuit, in the World Cup, and all those things. And having that in the multiple formats becomes this really powerful thing of when you're playing a format, you have these goals that you can achieve to and hope to. And even if most players will never get there, people see that, and it's this thing to look up to. And as you take these away from those other formats and apply them to only standard and limited, it becomes this dangerous thing of what are you playing for? Shivan Wumpus, thank you so much for the follow. So it gets to this dangerous point of while we can love the format and while we can play the format, it gets difficult to see that that summit of what you really can achieve in a format. When that becomes the peak, when your peak becomes either GPs or just local scene, it gets a little bit more difficult. So,
Nationals, though.
how we doing?
We're doing good. We got a match.
Tell me more about it.
Burn versus Grixstelmer.
And who's on what side?
Eli is against the wall. Tyrell's facing her.
Alright.
We're going into game 2, and Tyrell's up 1.
Really?
Yep.
That is fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that surprising. We got...
Yes, it is.
There's game. It's not like hopeless. It's not like Lance versus Storm game 1 or something. Which is still not hopeless. There's no hopeless matches.
It's not good.
Just hopeless people.
That's sad.
Yeah, it is rough.
That is quite
Burn
sad.
does generally win this matchup, but I've beaten Burn plenty of times on Grixstelmer. You have game. You have counter spells. You have death ray.
Alright, so let's head on down and see what we can do. Alright.
Shivan Wumpus, did you not get to see the Shivan Wumpus?
I have a decent feeling that someone made an account called Shivan Wumpus because
I'm
of it.
pretty sure.
But just in case, it's still on stream.
Seems too timely.
So we should be heading into a game 2 here shortly. Eli seems to be stacking up some dice. It's a lot better than stacking your deck.
Oh yeah, Esper colored dice.
Oh, Jace player did it.
Slight blue.
No, Shivan Wumpus was here. Thank you, Moose Bolton. The transition music was,
It was really quiet for us.
I think, selected or potentially mixed by David Bradbury.
Oh. Is he... or mixed? Made?
Like, I think he may have... I think he found it. I'm not sure if he did the remix. He does everything.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't even surprise me if he said, yeah, I did that.
I made it. I was on the bus for an hour.
I don't know. David bogles my mind with what he's capable of, and he's been such a huge factor in how this stream operates.
Oh yeah. Praise David Bradbury.
It's a shame that he's moving. Slater Raid! Thank you so much for that sub. It's awesome having you here using that Twitch Prime sub on the stream. I appreciate it. That brings us up to that 189, which everybody knows what that means.
Getting close.
Absolutely, it does. It means that we are 11 away from getting to that 200. Thank you for your support. Thanks for being awesome. Everybody, can we get some of that emote hype as a Goblin Guide jumps down on the field and decides to make Tyrell think to himself, why did I ever get hit by a Goblin Guide? Well, it's
Days in
because
hand, though.
that's what we wanted.
That's the one thing. A lot of people don't like that Goblin Guide has that, but I love the information. Just knowing that now you have to play around days, or maybe seeing Force of Will lets you Fire Blast prematurely, and which is actually a good play or something, you know.
Yeah, the fact that I get to, when I'm playing MTGO, I just actively have the it open the revealed cards in most games, and I have all that information is huge. Why is Zach here? Because Zach's awesome, and we're awesome, and all of you are awesome. That's why.
Wait.
What's up, Bryce? It's good to see you. So, Gataxian Probe from Tyrell. And,
Pain of life. Brutal territory.
Indeed.
Ooh, Searing Blaze,
With
land,
a fetch as
bolt.
well, I think Tyrell's actually down to 15.
Yeah.
If you want to mention that. Just say, are you actually at 15? Yeah. Man.
15 for your life?
Hey, thanks. Thanks, Zach. I try very hard to have fun at
Ooh,
this.
Therapy, there we go. That's definitely worth taking the damage off the pro.
Just named Lightning Bolt. Classic.
How much grab the Searing Blaze?
Why not? The Searing Blaze seems... I don't know. Apparently, Tyrell doesn't have creatures in hand if he didn't take the Searing Blaze.
Not gonna win with creatures.
Gregor, you're just wrong. Zach is great. Okay.
I wonder if he's got Eidolon in hand. Because I kind of like slamming the fetch down rather than playing the mountain. For the old the EOT.
I completely agree with you, actually. In this particular case, if I'm going to hold up that 2 mountain, I would rather have the fetch. Just, if Tyrell's going to play down a Delver, then, hey, I'll take that chance. Never mind.
Just getting therapied.
Probably naming Exquisite Firecraft now that that's up.
Oh, getting the Searing. Oh, no. Play a creature, land creature. Oh, I was hoping land creature sack. Get the Firecrafts.
I mean, I kind of figured anybody who... Generally in this chat, most people who are rude to other people are generally friendly, and then the people who aren't being friendly with it generally don't last long underneath Doro's Banhammer.
The Banhammer, oh my. It's a heavy Banhammer.
Though I think Tebin's a bit more aggressive with it. Oh no. The mods have their own different characteristics. What's up, the Warden? It's good to see you.
I've never banned anyone.
Have you never banned anyone?
No.
Ooh.
I don't.
To be fair, our ban list is actually pretty small.
That's good.
Our stream ban list is, like, outrageously small, with most of them just being, like, blatant, like, spam accounts.
Ah, okay. Might have
What's
been
up,
some of
Boot?
mine.
Boot's the most aggressive with the Banhammer.
Very aggressive. The boot slams hard.
Always feels like he needs to earn his name.
Swift boots.
When I say that they're aggressive, by the way, I mean, like, Doro doesn't know how to swing his sword. Yeah, he do. Yeah, he do. He is, I think he's banned probably more than anyone else. Just because he's been a mod for the longest time. Doro's been a mod since we have had mods. I've already banned people and I didn't start yet. That's pretty sweet, actually. I have not done that. Oh! I need to start modding people on my channel.
Yeah.
That's what I need to do.
Corral 'em.
I need to start modding people on my channel preemptively. I'm trying to get MTG bot preemptively. So Baleful Strix out on the battlefield, hanging out,
Oh,
relaxing,
sacking
all
the
cool,
therapy.
and then getting all sacked outside of the school. And
Oh,
Eli is
no.
punished for holding on to the
Yeah,
craft.
I would have shot one off.
Why didn't he fire those?
Crafts.
Now it just looks daft.
Ooh.
Huh?
That was
Huh?
something staff of domination.
Look at me go. Cash me outside. How about that?
How about it? Oh man, I wonder what he's got. I feel like
Tebin, I'm trying to build up your reputation.
no reanimator today. Is he trying to? Oh, he just fetched. He gets
Poor
to see
Jace
that other
player.
card.
Jace player just got annihilated.
Did he know the other card? Because I don't think he actually. I don't think Eli revealed it.
Do we want to mention that? I guess it's
He's-
about to
yeah,
be.
Okay.
Well, okay, it was a price of
Which
progress.
is about to get dazed. Super tough.
It's about to get... It's super
Daze
tough.
it.
I love the way you described that. Man, that's going to get dazed super tough.
And then days. Does he have double days? I thought that's what I saw. I think it's worth forcing.
I would daze this. Oh, double daze it? I don't know. I think just a force is probably better. So, a lot of land and a great attack for 2.
This Goblin Guide, though, getting in there.
Yes.
If we can't find, one, a threat and removal, it could still just very well be Eli's game.
Brew calling dibs already. Yeah, you'll probably be. You're probably pretty safe.
Yeah, I don't know if I like holding up the fire, or holding up price. When
No. Holding up the
therapy
Firecraft?
is in the yard.
Holding up the Firecraft is, I think, the wrong move.
Get in for 4. I mean, it would have got dazed is the problem. If he had cast it there.
No, because Tyrell had stripped out the Steering Blaze and the
Right.
and the Lightning Bolts. They actually would have been fine. They were safe to cast. I think I would have gone for that. The odds are, like, Tyrell is probably going to name Firecraft because it's the known information and you can't counter it.
And there's 2 of them.
And then you've got a price up, and you'd be looking at a much better position now. Like, Tyrell would be at 2, and you've got a Goblin Guide out. That's big.
About as big as a Gurmag Angler.
It's bigger, even. And it looks like
Even.
an end step fetch. We're going to actually go down to 18
Just
for
thinning.
this.
I like holding onto the fetch, just for Steering Blaze matters, because, like, the amount you thin out your deck, or, like, the percentage of not drawing a land goes down, like, very, I don't know, it's small increments.
Yeah. Make an entire stream where everyone's a mod. God, that would get so out of hand.
Bans on bans. The day the earth stood still.
Well, did she say cash me outside? How about that? And then the pilot's obliged.
That's rough.
That sounds super rough. I like flying on planes. It's the best way to get
Oh
places.
man, I think he has price in hand. I'm wondering if it was price. I feel like he shouldn't pass the turn.
No, you fire this
and
off.
he should shoot him for lethal.
You bash the face right now. Like, giving Tyrell an extra card, not good. Giving him extra mana, not good.
And life.
Giving him the ability to use this Deathrite Shaman a bit more effectively.
I don't know.
Not good.
It might not be price.
It feels like a price.
There will be a price to pay, that's for sure. Well, now, price is still pretty good.
And we've got an attack for 5. Looks like we're going to go down to 13.
take
Unlucky number. So Eli's actually going to want to find himself on any other life total before he tries anything. That's just, good manners. Because an unlucky number is an unlucky number. There's no getting around it.
I like not blocking as far as just getting it eaten.
Yep. And a young Pyromancer coming down.
Ooh, Goblin Guide's not going to get in anytime soon.
No, Goblin Guide is pretty much excluded from this party at this point.
Not welcome. Ooh.
And a Deathrite Shaman, I almost kind of like this. Like, Tyrell no longer has a lot of mystery in hand, so it's less likely that there's a counterspell. He's now at 5. Is Eli about to respond to this with the price?
Uh-oh.
This looks like a win to me.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. All right. So game 3 is coming up, just like we drew it up.
Not like holding on to it, though. I wonder why, what his
I
line of
agree.
thinking.
I completely agree.
Maybe
that-
just waiting for... Because that Deathrite was summoning sick, right?
I believe so. So maybe he was waiting for... I don't know. Again, he went for the fetch, though, and he fired it off, so
Yeah, got him.
it worked out. And apparently one of them is going to start at 19. Ah!
The roller's a little rusty. We got a WD-40 it.
Oh, man. How is everybody doing? I got to ask it just for a short bit earlier, but everybody who's out there, everyone who's watching, to all 250 of you, how are you doing tonight? Just let me know. Toss it into chat. Let's say I'm doing great. I'm so excited for the weekend. TJ, I'm excited to watch your stream. I just like watching Legacy. I'm excited about tomorrow's Modern stream. I'm sad that you won't be streaming next week because you're in Vancouver, but I wish you the best of luck. I'm having a rough night. Well, I'll tell you what, if you are having a rough night, it's going to get so much better. Tomorrow's going to be amazing. Your evening is going to be incredible. You're going to be as awesome as we all know that you can be.
Oh, yeah. And I don't even know you.
This is why you can't touch computers.
Yeah. I don't. These hands stay. I either sit on them because I've been bad all day, or I get to put them in my pockets. It just really depends.
But Moose Bolton is good tonight. You had Indian food for dinner. Very, very nice. I like that. Barnes & Noble is a good place. Way to be supporting those kind of shops. Tomorrow you get to play Legendary.
noble.
I don't really know what that means, but I hope you enjoy playing Legendary. Unless you mean like the game Legendary, in which case, enjoy
I don't
it.
know. What, is there a game called Legendary?
I think so.
Is that Vexing Shusher?
Booted ahead. The wife is out of town tomorrow. Tomorrow will be awesome. Despite the fact that your wife is gone, correct?
Let's hope so.
Wink. It's a deck builder. Oh, I have played that. I've played that game. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Plug in the first MTG. That's true. I would like to plug the upcoming Sunday stream. Sunday at noon Pacific time. You can come watch twitch.tv/RedBaronMTG to watch me play and lose some MTG and have some fun. Should be-
Standard?
I could actually probably play some standard.
Some modern? Some sealed? Some deals?
Thank you, Grego. I appreciate that. I try very hard to be awesome.
Shoot him. Chain Lightning.
Get after him.
Oh.
No, actually, I'm okay with hitting a Death Threat Shaman of all cards that you're going to hit.
I think I still am on the plan that you just wait, because like Deathweight can't gain life until there's a creature in the yard. And
Yeah, but against a deck like Delver, which is running like 16 lands, I feel a little bit safe hitting it.
I don't know. With Searing Blaze in hand, I definitely don't like it.
Vertical Mammal, I can certainly claim half of those. I have not been married.
What?
Oh, they're saying that I'm speaking like someone who's never been married. I have
Oh.
not.
Nice, me neither. Never gonna.
Thank you so much, Justin Noob. I genuinely appreciate that. That's really kind of you. CJ Ventara, thank you so much for the host, the auto host. So another fetch coming down, and Eidolon joining the graveyard.
Yeah, because like first turn Chain Lightning him, now we go for Searing Blaze, and like that's looking like really good. Ooh. Unfortunately, he played that daze real fast. I think he's gonna let him walk back though. Nice of him.
So kind. So kind. So, we've got a Delver of Secrets coming on down,
Probably about to
joining the
get
party.
Searing Blazed.
Thank you for your locks. I do appreciate that. That's really kind of you. People who are following before I've ever streamed, like, it honestly means a lot. I'm really, really, really excited for Sunday, and I'm so thrilled and excited, and I can't wait. And all of you helping that turn into a successful first stream means a lot to me.
That's cool. Really
This is-
supportive community.
This has been something that I've been working on getting to happen for months at this point, and it's all happening at this point, and I'm hyped.
They walked back from the daze.
They were willing to reverse the
He was
decision.
kind of fasting it because he was going to daze whatever came out. Little did he know Vexing Shusher is uncounterable.
Yeah. Just a noob, I am so excited for you to start streaming. I will do my absolute best to be there while I can before our standard stream.
Ooh, I don't like it. Forcing this seems really weird. Unless he has a stifle, because now it's uncounterable.
That's super deep.
I like it.
That's super deep to go. Like, forcing to daze that? That's...
Do it.
You
Get
now
there.
have one card in hand.
You need a threat.
You're gonna lose to the 2/2 Vexing Shusher at this point.
Nah. We got it.
Thank you, Doro. I will be beginning at noon. There might be a brief moment just before that when I go live to just do some testing and then shut it down and then re-go up. If I need to make any adjustments. But pretty much at noon Pacific time on Sunday, I will begin
And
the
the
stream
Delver flips.
Classic.
And it begins.
with a Flusterstorm. Eli probably able to pay for most of his things, but he's got
Most.
this went surprisingly well for Tyrell.
The race is on. I mean, yeah, it's if you get that guy Searing Blaze, you probably definitely lose. So I think going all out on fighting over it is the right play. It doesn't feel good,
It's deep, though.
but you go there.
Oh, it was a Spell Pierce, not a Flusterstorm.
That's a lot better, but still not that great.
Well, I mean, they're both the same against this deck.
Yeah.
They're both pay
Well-
2. Flusterstorm is occasionally better unless you start looking at things like
Sulfuric
Sulfuric.
Vortex.
Exactly.
Or Eidolon. Or uncounterable spells because of Vexing Trisher.
UFO, I plan to be streaming for a while on Sunday. I'm going to try and have a fun start there.
Hardcast, Riftbolt, get you. Brainstorm, nice.
Are we going to do the classic force and force him to pay red?
Today's? No, I don't think we're going again. I mean, I guess if you have it, you go for it again. That's over the line of life you've chosen.
Thank you, Bruce By. That's awesome. Can you message that to me on Twitter and I can follow it from there? Because that is brilliant if I can do it without going live. Thank you. If you could just send that link to my Twitter, if that's possible. What creature is that? That is a Vexing Trisha. Let me bring this up. This is a pretty cool card.
He's a sweet guy. He's one of my favorite. Is Lorwyn set?
I will say that I've seen more promos of that than originals, more than any other card. Like,
For
this is the
sure.
only card in which I've only seen the promos. I've seen one true
I've
Vexing
got 3
Trisha,
originals.
and it's that one.
Yeah, nice.
Like, yours are the only ones that I've ever seen actually be the original one. They're all that more the promo.
It was funny. I had originals, and then I saw the promo, and I was like, the promo looks so sweet. And I bought them, and then I saw everyone had the promos, and I traded back for my originals.
Yeah, I don't like the promo is beautiful. First of all, it's also one of the like most beautiful promos.
Foils. Yeah, it's awesome.
It's gorgeous, and having the set name in the background there, gorgeous.
It looks really cool, but yeah. I kind of stray away from foil cards, especially in my sideboard in general, just because that kind of bend they get, and I just feel weird about it.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. I appreciate it.
Borderline Cape.
I
man.
might give myself a bit of a haircut just to prep, but I've been letting this go and all this.
All of it.
Yeah.
Just letting it go to heck.
Basically, actually, I've just been letting it fly.
Man, Fire Blasted. He's down to. Is that
That is a
6? It's
I have a
6.
feeling that they're.
Ooh, going to 2. Uh-oh. Brainstorming.
Tyrell's in trouble
It would seem that way.
with a Fire Blast and Exquisite Firecraft. Suddenly, 8 damage dealt after this Vexing Trisha just keeps getting in. And
Update
just-
the life totals. We can't fast enough. It's dropping like...
That's a lot of damage. That's real fast, and now we're hurting. Oh, so Eli, like, even if he gets a land, he just attacks with the Vexing Trisha. So Tyrell needs some way to answer,
He needs the Bolt, Vexing Trisha, and hope that he doesn't get
and he can
any card in his
can
hand.
make most of his spells uncounterable.
Your Brainstorm
Like
hand.
Vexing Trisha matches up so well with Fire Blast too, because you can pay the red to make it uncounterable.
Yeah.
Like float the red and then make it uncounterable. Like that's just so good.
And we're about to see a different Goblin seal the deal for Vern.
Yeah. And sure, like Eli very much could have waited on that Fire Blast until he had the burn spell and had the 4 mana to make like all of his spells uncounterable.
I think it's a safer to play that way.
It is much safer. I'm not sure if it's going to end up punishing him though, but there's still the Spell Pierce in hand, right?
Yeah.
So a 1 mana burn spell is what you're looking for, except you've also got a 2/2 Vexing Trisha.
You can make
and-
it uncounterable.
You could just attack for 2.
Yep. Oh.
Okay, I was gonna say that.
I'm gonna let it happen.
We're going to allow it.
Bold play.
So the bolt not actually able to get cast. The Vexing Trisha deals the 2 damage to Tyrell, and that is going to bring us to the end. Eli getting the 2-0 sweep after a loss that we were not witness to.
Yeah.
So
Which is,
we cannot testify to that.
Usually the match gets better for the Delver side of things.
It was still
Game
abysmal
2,
though.
but it's still real bad.
Yeah.
I mean, with Firecrafts coming in, delaying the game a little longer doesn't really help that
Ian
much.
Shusher's pretty nice.
Shusher seems pretty good.
Yeah, let's head on up, have some fun. We'll see you there. Hello, everybody. How's it going? I hope you are having the most wonderful of days, nights, mornings, whatever it is. My name is TJ.
I'm Ryan.
And we're streaming out of Geek Fortress in Snohomish, Washington. Thank you so much for joining. It's a pleasure having you here. We're getting ready for round 4, which will have the finals.
Yeah.
As I think we've got, about 4 minutes left in the round, which means that it's likely coming up on that next round.
I think so.
Cool. So you said that you were not going to Vancouver.
Not going.
Are you going to any events in the meantime?
Pretty much whatever goes on. I try to play all the 1Ks I can, and then any modern events here.
Okay.
I was gonna go to Vancouver originally, but
Just didn't work out?
just didn't work out. Couldn't get the time off.
Yeah. What have you been playing in Legacy lately?
Legacy, I'm pretty much just jamming Storm.
Which version?
Ant.
And how do you feel about it?
Oh, I like it. I mean, it goes up and down. It's definitely
Thank you for the follow. It's awesome having you here. Please continue.
It fits with like what I want to be doing in Legacy. I just like playing, I don't know, mostly in fair decks. I like the power of just kind of knowing that your deck is pretty much faster than everything else, and you just have to clear the way and know what you're doing. I was gonna play Grixis Delver as kind of like a last resort, but I kind of know that deck well enough to pick it up and play it. Whereas Storm, there's a lot of intricacies that I really want to get down, and not having to storm out and find I'm 1 mana short or something. Just get it as tight as possible.
Yeah. Trying to get as close to Finkel as you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An Inkling for a Finklin.
What are the finals going to be? That is a great question.
I'll hop out there and find out.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You're just the greatest. You're the GOAT. So, hey, what's up, J-Aeon? Whichever it is, thank you so much for joining. It's great to have you here. You are a rock star and all kinds of awesome. I look forward to seeing you more in the future. We do the stream 4 times a week. Thank you to the people who have hit that follow button. We do all kinds of cool stuff. Plus, through your subs, we have gotten back up to 190. That means that there was a sub that I didn't see. I do apologize for that to whoever got it. Thank you so much. 190 subscribers right now. We are 10 away from giving away an Expedition breeding pool. Plus, we are 60 away from our next lofty goal, which I am hoping to hit over the course of the next couple months, of 250 subs. Thank you, everybody. Getting to that 250 does get us up to the next tier of emotes. And Doro, let me know. Should I mention what our current thoughts are for the emotes and get some ideas on that one? The operator, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's awesome having you here. You're a rock star and awesome and all kinds of amazing. I look forward to seeing you more in the future. Thanks for being who you are. Thanks for being awesome. Thanks for just joining and being a part of this stream. Let us know where you're watching from. And yeah, everybody, you're all great. You're all fantastic. Okay, 6 words. What is the very first TJ stream going to entail? Talking. Lots of modern burn. Whatever. Right now, like, my card pool is a huge limiting factor because financially I just can't afford to build into the Legacy Standard and Modern that I would like to. I have access to a good amount of Standard, so I can build anything that people would like me to on Standard with about 24 hours notice. Modern, I've got Burn, and I'll be trying to prep a little bit for Vancouver. But also, I'll just be trying to do some cool stuff. Dragon's Jet 2, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. What is the best control deck in Modern and why? Currently, Green-White Tron looks hot. Okay. Actually, I agree with that one, but I was more just the whole concept of what would get us the sword emote. Tebin is voting for it. I was thinking about getting like the viewer feedback on what they would want with it, because we were you've seen the posts on the Facebook page. I'm looking at some stuff for it, and your thoughts do matter because you are all awesome and a huge part of this. So, how well Skred might fare in... Skred looks interesting. Blood Moon looks surprisingly good. It's abysmal against Tron and Titan Shift, so if you think those are going to be like the big pieces that are going to be difficult, then it gets a little bit tricky. However, if you're expecting if you're expecting the Cheerios deck, if you're expecting Affinity, if you're expecting Burn, if you're expecting a lot of those decks, then Skred looks to be a good choice, and I do think that those are going to be reasonable. It's also hugely dominant against both Abzan and Jund, so I think Skred does pose a good threat at that metagame. It's just a little bit curious because the surprise factor of it is somewhat gone, and so people are still going to be prepared for it. You have two kind of aspects to go. The free win red, which is a lot more inconsistent over the course of that many rounds. Skred might do well. The big issue is that I worry that you might run into some of those matchups which it just doesn't have kind of the speed to power through its bad matchups with a lucky hand. So I don't know. Okay. Is Esper a contender now? Based on the numbers, I would have to say so. Francesco's been putting a lot of work into it. It's putting up some numbers here and there. More people are starting to pick it up and play it. I think that it's a decent contender. Well, I'm going to do it anyway. I didn't really see you two telling me not to. So everybody, let me get your thoughts on this. We have considered, or we're considering now, the idea of getting Inkland custom emotes, which are the ones that you've seen on, like, Chris Van Meter has one. A lot of the Star City people have one. Todd's got them. Emma Handy, Chris Van Meter. Basically, they're a fantastic artist who do these cool kind of cartoony, animated stuff. And they do make emotes. And we have been considering getting all of our emotes done in those Inkland custom emotes, and I'm curious on what people's thoughts are on that, if that is what you would like to be using if you are a sub. Alright. That is actually quite true, Vertical Mammal. That is true. Alright. You would need a GIF emote? I don't even know how to make that. Do I have one that I can show you? Yes, I can show you Todd's. Actually, I'll just post them from my account. As a fellow Burn player, how do I like Grim Lovemancer? In Modern, I run it as a 2-of. In Legacy, I probably wouldn't be running it at the moment. Alright, so let me show you what some of the emotes look like. You have stuff like this. Those are Todd's emotes. You just want pandas? Nice. So those are the emotes that like Todd has access to, but those would be kind of a similar style to what we could that we could try and get for the Geek Fortress stream. What are people's thoughts on that? We could have some ones, we could still have a Blood Moon one, we could still have a Lightning Bolt one, we could still have the Flail emote and the Coal Maniac. We've got a little bit of room so that we could add a Sword one.
Alright, we got it. We got the last match. It's a good one.
Tell me a little bit about it.
Dylan Falk on Storm versus Chris Young on Leovold.
And who's where?
Dylan's looking at the wall.
Okay. So he's running your Storm deck?
Yep.
Interesting.
So we pretty much know each deck list card for card.
Yeah. This is Antstorm.
Yep.
Up against True Name Bug.
Yeah.
And this is the finals?
Yep. Dylan's undefeated and Chris is 2 in a loss, or 2 in a draw, I think he said.
Interesting. Tevin, your feedback is appreciated and noted. Thank you for the auto host, Todd. Let's do that.
Okay.
Alright.
I like LED better.
Do you?
Yeah.
Alright.
She's a saucy lady.
It's going to do the most recent printing of it. Let's head on down and have some fun. We'll see you there for the finals. It's going to be awful because the art's wrong.
Because the art doesn't match.
Lame. Alright, let's have some fun.
I'm fine with it.
Knew it.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Brothers of Fire. You, me, them, that guy, everyone.
Exactly.
Well, if they know what the card does.
Okay, so maybe having 1 or 2 could be interesting.
What card?
Maybe 1 or 2. Oh, we're doing we've considered doing the Inkling art emotes, or getting some commissioned. The ones that look like that.
Nice. Tiny cuties.
Man,
Oh, man. Look at that, Brothers of Fire.
gotta love the Brothers of Fire.
An awesome card. Not in either of their decks, but man, it could be. Probably not so much in Chris's deck.
Mm-hmm.
But Dylan could cast it.
I like the Blood Moon one a lot since that one was like custom made. The Bolt one might be able to be cleaned up to be a little bit more bolty and a little bit less backgroundy, but certainly things that we can take a look at. All right, feedback is appreciated.
Yeah, this is I think it's in Dylan's favor for game 1, but game 2 and 3 definitely Chris has got a lot of tech to bring in.
So let me offer an alternative standpoint, because Chris is running a lot of tools, and also Leovold in the main board is insanely good.
It's pretty good. I've definitely I had one game where I Tendrils the guy, he had Leovold out, and he had to hit Flusterstorm or Force.
Is there any main board Flusterstorm in this deck?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he's not that spicy.
I don't believe so.
Too spicy.
Too spicy for me.
The Thoughtseize, though, coming down.
Lion's Eye
good.
Diamond, Sensei's Divining Top, a Ponder, and a Duress. Do you hit the Lion's Eye Diamond or the Ponder?
I think you hit LED. He's got 2 ways of looking, and with fetches, the top's actually pretty powerful.
Looks like Chris happens to agree, and I did misspell his name.
No, I like it that way. It's better. Now, the T... See, we just had to bend up the T. That's what the problem was.
That's what it was. Something must have fallen on it. It got flattened out.
Yeah. These dang computers. I must have touched it. I must have touched the computer.
It got crushed.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Getting crushed. So is it Chris's turn still? Or is Dylan fetching?
I think Dylan is I don't think he's fetching.
Really deciding that.
Yeah, he is fetching.
Okay, there you go.
He was in the tank.
Thinking
about stuff.
Trying to get some basics.
Trying to be all thinky.
Yeah.
Going for that basic island.
I think he might have been thinking about trying to maybe go for Duress first, but he's not really he doesn't need to Duress any static hate, so it's fine to hold on to it.
It would be pretty difficult to do that, I think.
You're probably going to Duress and miss too anyways. I mean, I guess you could hit Force, but...
Ooh, alright. Sean, have a good evening. I will see you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Or I'll see your name tomorrow.
He didn't shuffle off the Ponder.
Didn't shuffle off the Ponder?
Destined to lose.
Absolutely going to lose. I'm sorry to hear that, Dylan. You're just doomed now. Looks like
Doomed.
Chris is going to fire this off. It's going to be another Thoughtseize, because that's what happens. Nope, it's a Brainstorm.
That's fine.
Okay.
Deathknight's looking pretty good, though. That's a problem, too. Just landing down a bunch of little threats, like almost all of Chris's cards, besides like True Name, present problems for Storm going off, actually. I guess like Baleful Strix and those kind of things don't, but I mean, Deathrite Shaman's definitely going to hurt this. Makes the Passive Flames line just that much
Unless
worse.
Dylan goes off this turn because he drew just straight perfect.
Let's see. He's got Cabal Therapy.
It could kind of happen.
It probably won't. He had a lot of lands, and I don't know how good that Ponder was. I mean, he didn't shuffle, so it must have been okay.
It must have been at least playable.
Yeah. I mean, because right now, he's really looking for Brainstorm. Brainstorm, and then, I don't know, he's got to find mana and the payoff card, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot to look for. He does have the hand hate, so, I mean, the way is pretty clear.
Looks like we are looking to start firing this one off.
Okay.
True Name
Taking the
for
Force.
2 True Names and Abrupt Decay and a Force. Chris is basically just wide open
Oh,
at this
man, if
point.
I had Lotus Petal, go for the Cabal Therapy named True Name.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool. But unfortunately, I think one of these True Names is going to slam down. Not exactly like that impressive of a clock against Storm, but it is the clock.
Is that a Noble Hierarch?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got the Nobi, and I think... Oh, yeah, Decay.
Yeah.
Pretty bad in this matchup.
Yep.
It could get... If he has to play 2 LEDs, or, you know, multiple LEDs in a row, you can end
I
up
see
getting one.
I see some story. I think I saw a Rain of Filth and a Cabal Ritual.
Rainfall's pretty good with the amount of lands he's got.
It's
Or it's a dark ritual.
It's basically a dark ritual.
With the amount of lands you got. And it can help build Threshold, though.
It's a dark ritual only on the turn that you're going off, though, because you don't want to sacrifice too many of those lands. But really, that's the only time that you're firing off dark rituals.
Pretty much. Sometimes you'll fire off one, or more Cabal ritual to get like a Dark Petition to grab like Decay or something, maybe. But
Indeed.
most of the time, yeah, you're not exactly trying to dump out your resources on like a half storm.
For some filthy card like Empty the Warrens or something like that.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to.
Sometimes.
It's definitely that game 2 plan.
Non-Magic, is that a new format? Yeah, they call it Vintage.
It's the most Magic, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
Magic is a subjective term when it comes to Vintage. Playing is a subjective term
Yeah.
in Vintage. Playing a game isn't always playing a game.
Sometimes one person
It's also got
definitely
some
plays a lot.
It's got some pretty cool stuff happening in it too, though.
Walking Ballista.
Walking Ballista is
Making
seen
its
play
way
in
into
every
Vintage.
format.
Yep.
Standard, Modern,
Or-
Legacy, and
Legacy, I don't know yet.
it has seen the ittiest bittiest bits of play.
Like Eldrazi or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Basilisk Collar. Slap it on Walking Ballista.
That's
Death Touch.
happening in Eldrazi, Tron, and Modern.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
I think I'm probably going to try to build that. I'm pretty much going to retire Bluetron for the rest of my life.
And the top seems to be taking a look at... Actually, this is just a Ponder, a Duress, and I think a Ritual. By the look of it.
That top card looks like Dark Ritual.
It looked like a Dark Ritual. Maybe it isn't a Dark Ritual.
Walking Mud. Walking Ballista would be really good post. It's removal. I'm almost thinking about buying Mud online because it's fairly cheaper than some decks, but I could also buy Storm for cheaper than Mud, and Mud's pretty bad against the
Things.
green-black loam. I mean, it just loses the same stuff Eldrazi loses too, except for harder.
And Eldrazi's just the faster one that gets the occasional free win through Thought-Knots here. How many players in the tournament? That's a good question.
I think 10
Okay.
or 12.
12.
One person had to buy though this round. So
Okay, so we had someone drop.
yeah. Who?
Is there the reason why you're holding onto your deck box?
Oh yeah, Eli dropped.
Yeah.
This one. It's a very burned deck box.
I did notice that.
Hot
actually.
hands.
So it looks like a Cabal Therapy?
Ritual
Or,
into
sorry,
Cabal
Cabal
Ritual.
Cabal Ritual.
3/5.
Rit,
to
rit.
8.
Rit, rit, rit.
You got
Storm count
4.
4. Do we have the Past in Flames or the Dark Petition?
I think. I mean, he must have something. Ad nauseam, maybe.
Ad nauseum would be sweet, especially from 16. That is such a gravy
I
life
think
total to
that's
go
what it
off
is.
from.
Oh, Dark Petition. Okay.
Okay,
so
then that's just a straight win.
I don't know what his last card is. I think he is grabbing Ad nauseam with this.
If it's an Infernal
There
Tutor,
we go, yeah.
yeah. This should be a win. In theory.
Well, he would get 3 mana after that resolves too, right?
Storm count should be 5, right?
3, 5 to 8. Cast Petition.
Yep. They were at... Dylan was...
3 to 5 to 8. Cast Dark Petition.
We
Go
went
down
up
to
to
3. Then he should be at 6 mana?
Or 5...
Or
what-
1 black, right? 3, 5, 8. Go down to 3. Go up to 6. Cast a Nelson, go down to 1. So I think he has 1 black.
Either way, the Storm count is higher.
Well, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Storm count's 7 right now.
Storm count is a saucy 7. Alright,
He just needs to hit. Oh man, he needs to hit a couple things actually. He needs like LED,
Infernal
mana,
Tutor.
some kind of tutor card, Past in Flames.
Past in Flames would be good.
And
Are we
then
feeling
if
safe?
I don't think he's stopping there. I think he's just laying it out.
I think they're stopping.
He's got Cabal Writ. No
Yeah.
mana. Or did he? I'm trying to think why he doesn't have a dice for mana, because he definitely should have some mana open.
Alright, we're still going.
Lotus Petal,
That's a good step.
not a good step.
Uh,
LED, that's really good.
that's... Now you're just looking for the tutor.
The payoff card. Past in Flames.
You're down to
Rage
7.
Itself is okay. He does have
You can't...
1 black, but he can't really.
What's up, Coleman? 4 months in a row on that sub. Thank you so very, very much. Keeping us at that 190. I appreciate that. You're great, Coleman. Always a fan having you around. Can we get some of that super sweet emote hype?
5. I think. Well, all the cards that can kill him are out of the deck right now.
Pretty much just a Past in Flames
Dark
is
Ritual.
now a...
Lowest pedal. Okay. Oh man,
This is
he's
getting
at-
risky.
Oh, he's got it. Boom, it's done. Unless Chris has counter magic, but I think Dylan has enough to like literally shred his hand apart.
He could probably lead off with the Cabal Therapy, actually. Because
Well,
he's
he's
got...
gonna cast all the rituals first. He's got 1 black floating, 2 lotus petals, and an LED. Yeah, I think from what we saw from Chris's hand before, it's like game.
Oh, yeah, they go to 3 to 7, not 3 to 8.
Huh?
Never.
Oh,
Worry
yeah.
about it. Yep. So, a lot of mana floating now. Storm count is definitely going to be high enough.
3d8. Well, he cast 2 dark rituals. Went 3, 5.
Rain of
9 to
Filth.
8.
Adding 3 mana.
And then just Infernal Tutor. Don't even have to crack the LED. Or yeah, I guess clear the way.
I mean,
Yeah, got nothing. Boom.
name true name.
Yeah, because it's in there.
He's got multiple of the Cabal Therapies, so it's just guaranteed a hit. I think if you lose at this point, I don't know what to tell you.
There's tendrils.
I think it is a Tendrils. I think the Storm count is high enough.
Kill you.
Unless, of course, you want to go for the Past in Flames.
Oh man, really get him.
Alright. Looks like that is going to be a Tendrils kill, and I think Dylan is going to take this game 1. But, like you said, game 2 might be a little bit of a different story.
And Chris gets like 3 Flusterstorms, more hand hate. I think he sizes into maybe some hymns or something like that. Or
Mind Break Traps, potentially.
I don't think he's playing those. I don't know if he owns Mind Break Traps.
Okay.
But
Would you bring in Pithing Needle?
no, it doesn't do anything.
That's what I thought.
Unless you really want to get their fetch. Like, really want to get their fetch.
But everything else is a mana ability, unless you, like, Divining Top is
but
not worth
I don't think you bring it in. If you have No Rod, you bring that in for sure, but
it. How about Surgical Extraction?
big time. Surgical is like super powerful. You
How
could-
about...
the spell bomb. If he's running exactly this list, it's got to be the 2 Flusterstorm, 2 Mind Break, 1 to Hill, the Surgical, and then the Thoughtseize. Probably siding out like the Jaces and like maybe GT and the Decays. I might like think about keeping 1 Decay in, but it seems like if you
why?
just to get an LED in a pitch situation or maybe some kind of like I don't know what kind of. There really isn't any reason. He has enough cards to bring in where he doesn't have to hold on to some kind of like corner case situation.
Pro tip, Needle isn't good against LED. What did I see a Needle named against recently?
Metalworker?
No.
Also bad.
Oh, I saw a Needle named against Clark Clan Ironworks recently.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah. And it was Conley Woods was playing it.
You think he should bring in the Pithing Needle? It's really good against Lion's Eye Diamond, I've heard.
I have heard that before. I would think it was from Coleman, and he's pretty trustworthy.
Pretty trustworthy. Well, you can name any card with Pithing Needle. It's the coolest thing. And they can't activate, and you get protection from it, I think, too.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. One mana artifact.
Yeah, so Conley was playing it, and the opponent had put down a Pithy Needle naming Clark Clan Ironworks, so he just didn't use it until he was ready to go off.
Uh-huh.
And then, and the person had a relic, and so but a chalice on 1, so he did a War of Invention for his own Pithy Needle to name their relic, and then just went off with eggs using the Clark Clan Ironworks.
Oh, man. So he gets to whirl for 1. It resolves. Pithing Needle's there. It's, like, slammed in.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I really want to try Whirl out in Modern, but I haven't found, like, the right deck for it.
Eggs is 1, and there was
Yeah.
light speculation about Lantern, but so far it's proved that it doesn't really need it.
It's hard to get triple blue, and why do you... Yeah,
Like, why do you need it?
you don't need
You've
it.
got Ancient Stirrings, and you've got the Codex Shredders themselves.
Yeah,
which
you
are-
could probably just play Trinket Mage, too, because it grabs all the
It was
artifacts.
played at one point, but I think it's largely been decided that it's not needed because
It's
you
not
need to
good.
keep the curve super low to make sure you can get your bridge active.
Yeah.
You've had opponents named Heritage Druid. I've had opponents named Mox Opal against Affinity. That's my best story. I've also seen people name Mox Opal against Affinity, and I've seen the Affinity player then proceed to never use their Mox Opal again.
Nice. Get you.
So,
Next level. People have named Pithing Needle my Metalworkers all the time, and I keep the straightest face until I'm just, like, ready to turn that guy sideways.
yeah.
It's rough, but you should... I mean, it goes for everyone. Read your cards, because, man, I do not read cards. It is rough.
I mean, there's like stipulating factors for something to be a mana ability and what keeps it from being a mana ability.
Right, like Death Ray.
Death, because it targets, it is a mana ability. So there's some weird stipulations in that stuff. Which is
Revoker gets mana abilities but not lands.
it's why you'll see like the 1 mana dork from Return to Ravnica deals 1 damage to each opponent as opposed to target opponent. I think that might have something to do with it because I think it might be a mana ability if it targeted, or it might be an activated ability. I don't know.
Not lands.
You've needled Food Chain thinking Food Chain was written like Deathrite Shaman. Well done. Oh, you've needed... Yeah. Interesting. You've seen people naming Borborygmus. Yeah, we all have. That was brutal. That was brutal. Okay. So, Deathrite Shaman coming down for Chris.
Pretty good first one play outside of the Thoughtseize. But, I mean, if he's got Days back up, Death Rate's really strong.
Duress is going to be pretty nice, though.
I wonder if he does have the Days. I think you do throw Days at it because it's nice.
Huh. That's pretty amazing, Pretty Pangolin. I gotta say, that's pretty incredible. So Chris so protective of his hand that he's willing to just lose the land, putting down that land again, kicking it back, I think.
That's fine. He just needs to be able to activate Deathrite or maybe cast a Flusterstorm or something.
Or both.
Or both.
Both is better. Why not both?
Can't do both.
What?
He needs so much land.
The Deathrite Shaman makes mana.
That's true. If you get it in between when he's making mana, right before he taps, you can activate him too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Very
the mana
clutch
ability is
play.
on the stack.
Yeah. Easy.
Yep. After the Deathrite Shaman taps, but before...
Get that Duress out there. Clocking him to 17.
Hooray!
And it begins. Never gonna get Threshold.
Looks like Chris is off to a great start according to the scoreboard.
Yeah.
20 to 17.
We should put one of those little dinosaurs more towards Chris, because he's winning.
Ooh, yes, the advantage
Push it back.
bar. The dinosaur?
Dinosaur.
The Advanosaur.
Advanosaur. Oh, man. So powerful.
We're going to move our Advanosaur
So
towards
strong.
Chris's side of the board.
Yeah.
It's over here now. All right.
We can't actually get it to Dylan's side of the board, really, from this corner.
No, we just have to, like, throw it.
They'll assume it's over there. Dylan, a lot of lands. Looking very good for the Storm player.
Well, at least his Reign of...
Filth is just going to be awesome.
Yeah, Reign of Filth for 5 is going to be great.
So powerful.
Huh. So, the Deathrite Shaman's still looking like a pretty neat way to spend a Sunday.
Yeah. You're eating lands. You're eating creatures.
Describe your perfect date. I'd say April 24th.
Oh, there we go. Slamming the Leovold.
Ooh, looks like suddenly Tendrils gives you 10 opportunities to draw into a Mindbreak Trap or a
Or
Fluster
Force.
Storm.
Yeah, it's pretty nice having that. Being able to draw into Days or any of those soft counters.
Yep, that's pretty good.
I've only seen it happen once, or as far as the trigger, and he didn't draw what he needed, so I was pretty happy with that. But
That's good, because it seems like super likely. 10 shots at it is a lot.
I even had to shoot 2 probes into the Leovold, which was
Woo!
very bad.
You got lucky. I bet they took out all their Flusterstorms thinking that they didn't need it.
Yeah, probably. But man, probe turns bad, duress gets pretty bad. In some cases, duress can get better if they're trying to hide cards on top of brainstorm or something, but
Yep.
very niche sitch.
Okay.
Carpet of Flowers pretty bad right now.
Huh.
Targets him twice.
Yeah, like, this is such a rough spot to be in, actually.
Yeah,
Leovold is so good.
Leovold with Deathrite out is just like getting pretty problematic.
So at what point do you pick
Target
up your
stuff with
cards
probe, yeah.
and hide your tech?
You just can't draw the card though, which is really rough too. Paying 2 life to look at your own hand. It sucks.
Interesting. It's
Build
actually
Storm.
pretty... If you really want it to resolve, you can also target yourself with the Tendrils.
That's true. Gain the life right back. Therapy. Draw a card. Will he remember though?
And, of course, will Chris Chris gets to draw a card, and that Cabal Therapy gets a little bit better when your opponent is in top deck mode, because you get a shot at naming what they withdrew.
Yeah. Draw. Okay.
And now I'll name...
What you naming?
Probably Flusterstorm or Mindbreak Trap.
I guess I name Force because there's going to be more copies. There's Flusterstorm. He
Nailed
wanted
it.
Flusterstorm.
Ha.
I guess that's true because right now he can cast the Flusterstorm, and if Dylan's trying to go off, which it seems like he's trying to figure out something.
He's gonna take a whirl at it.
Can start playing
Interesting.
Whirl on Storm. Whirl for LED.
Interesting.
I'd play Trinket Mate.
Oh man,
Because then I
At
could
that
sack
point-
Trinket Mate to Cabal Therapy. Oh man,
so
tech.
good.
So many LEDs.
Wow, that is actually a lot of LEDs.
I'll just Infernal Tear, Crack for 3.
Do you?
Oh,
he didn't have another blue card.
Or 3 red, 3 black or something.
He didn't have a second blue card to be able to cast this Force so well.
Nope. That Flusterstorm.
So now Dylan is basically just gonna take a roll at it and hope that Chris doesn't draw perfect.
I think that's your
Oh, I
best
guess not
bet. Because now that
perfect.
the Death Right's tapped, you at least have the chance to...
Ooh, and if Dylan got any surgicals into the deck, maybe you fire those odds off before trying to go off. To try and surgical the Flusterstorm just to eliminate those odds a little bit. I mean, are there any flusters in that side or surgicals in that board at all?
I used to play one, mostly just for game 2s, figuring out what their sideboard, but I've gone from it now. I
Okay.
think I'm gonna replace that slot with a Flusterstorm though.
Okay.
I did like Surgical because it was like the Flusterstorm was only there to counter the Flusterstorm from Miracles, but Surgical also kind of helps with that because a lot of times they float Flusterstorm on top, but Surgical you can shuffle their library, so if they have to draw it, you can just duress it.
True. Plus, in response to a Terminus, you can pretend like you had the opportunity to reshuffle it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Ad Nauseam from Dylan, and we're going to take a whirl from 13, which is an unlucky number, so he's probably going to flip an Emrakul the Promised End right off the top.
He's got one black.
Dead.
Yeah, sides the Promised. It's an easy play, and you just storm out, and you're making him cost less at the same time.
Well, your
you're
graveyard is so
making mana.
full, it seemed way... Like, you know, it's so easy to, like, make a... Actually, how cool would that be as a one-off sideboard slot? Run an Emrakul the Promised End?
I've seen someone a long time ago when, what's it called? The twin card? Desolation Twin?
Yeah.
When that card was printed, someone played that in Storm.
Why that one of all of them?
Because it makes 2 10/10s, I guess. I don't know. It seems bad,
You're
though.
not wrong.
Because you can get Swords Decayed. Like, ooh. I don't think
There's a pedal in there, and you do have an Infernal Tutor.
But he can't empty his hand to be Hellbent.
No, but you can feel pretty cool.
Oh, wait, is that an LED? Okay, never mind. He can feel way cool because he's just going to win instead of losing.
He's gonna try.
He's definitely going to try.
He's gonna give Chris a couple shots at the title.
I don't know why Chris didn't use his land. Or I guess it doesn't matter. If he taps out, he can't activate Deathweight anyways.
So Chris, do you fetch before the Leovold triggers happen, just for getting
The Thin?
the one land out?
I think so, just in case you draw it and you can't fetch for it to cast a
When
spell.
you're dead anyway, I'll take the 0.03% chance. Like,
Yeah, well, yeah, you definitely want to fetch the blue source at least, because if you draw it and you draw Flusterstorm, you can't fetch. It's just gonna be such a bad feeling.
that's a good point. That's a good point. Interesting. So we're gonna give it the old try. That's a Jason, that hand too. Just play the Jason, start plussing. Let him draw cards, and then you get to Fate Seal him.
Easy.
Man, that card's so good against Jace.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get to draw extra cards. Leovold is so good. I always forget that Leovold has a piece of text on it that says each opponent can't draw more than one card.
Mini
each turn.
chains guy. Yeah, it's
Better
pretty rough.
chains. It
And
doesn't
Nauseam
even-
doesn't draw cards though. Which
He
is
doesn't
nice.
let them turn it into like a Faithless Looting. Or a,
Yeah.
I guess a Rummage.
Yeah, rummage. That top looks pretty bad though too.
Oh man, that is so bad.
But unless Chris draws,
That top is worthless.
magic or unless Chris draws magic off the top of his deck, I don't think.
Ooh.
I think Dylan's got it, but I mean he's gonna have a lot of chances to
So,
draw.
so here's the tricky bit. If I was Dylan, he's actually giving Chris more chances by increasing the storm count.
Yeah, I think what Dylan's going for is to overload drawing a Flusterstorm and a Force, because he'll be able to, like, if he casts the Flusterstorm carrying the tendrils initially, he can pass Flame Splash it back and just cast it again.
If he gets enough mana.
Which I think he's reaching those territories with all those Infernal Tutors.
That's quite clever.
Getting some LEDs, getting some rituals.
That's pretty clever.
Yeah, he can even actually cast the, Well, yeah, he'll be able to cast rituals from his yard. I think he still has, maybe.
Yep.
And then flashback the tendrils, but we'll see. Chris is going to draw 14 cards.
Well, let's see what we can do.
I really hope he does fetch, and that becomes like a relevant thing. Or he doesn't, and it does become relevant, and we get to see why you should fetch
He
it.
draws for each copy, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Big time.
I'm trying to figure out how to figure out Flusterstorm, so I probably shouldn't have been casting Force.
Yeah.
More cards.
But it's fine.
Nope. I guess I was right.
Yeah. I guess so.
Dylan next leveled himself. Yep. 14 cards.
Yeah.
He draws all of them, right? Yep.
Yep. Every single one.
At least he does have the mana to probably flash it back if
He's
it goes
thinking
wrong.
about fetching.
Nice.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Fetching.
Yeah. Why does he draw cards?
His tendrils targets.
Leovold says whenever you or a permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. This does not say that whenever an opponent casts a spell or activates an ability that targets you. It's just whenever you become the target. Tendrils is now putting 14 copies of Tendrils. Each one of them are targeting Chris, which means that Leovold is like, dang, you've been targeted.
Yeah.
Whoop, you've
Hey,
been targeted.
I hope you find Flusterstorm.
Hey, you've been targeted. Look, I'm your emissary. I'm going to do my best. Trust is sending their best stuff your way.
13.
I think the Tendrils was the 14th card.
Yeah.
Could send 4 copies of the Tendrils at himself, actually.
That's pretty funny.
That would be hilarious.
Less cards to draw.
So do we have it? The best part, actually, you know what's interesting? The Mindbreak Trap is especially effective against that backup game plan, which might be why Reed Duke ran it.
Exile it.
Because
Boom.
it exiles it.
And it's free spell.
Did he miss?
Yeah, he did.
He missed on 14 cards?
Hell, Spellbomb, Decay.
Oh, man!
He drew Force and no blue card, I think, too.
Force wouldn't have done anything, though. Oh, man! He's still missing!
He could have drawn multiple Forces and maybe got there. No, he already cast one today.
Are they... Did he...
Even 4 Forces doesn't get...
Are there not any in the deck?
I do not know.
Justice.
Justice.
Well, let's head on up after Chris just got wrecked. Maybe we can find another match. We'll see you up there.
Yeah.
Hello, and thank you so much for joining. My name's TJ.
I'm Ryan.
And we're streaming out of Geek Fortress in Snohomish, Washington, having ourselves a wonderful time. I hope you are too.
An insane 4th round.
Can someone explain to you what happened? Well, the Storm player acquired a Storm count of 14 and cast a card called Tendrils of Agony. Now, this card has an ability called Storm on it, which means that when you cast it, put a copy on the stack of the same spell for each spell that's been cast previously this turn. So if 14 spells have been or 13 spells have been cast this turn, the Tendrils becomes the 14th spell, and you put 13 spells of Tendrils onto the stack, which all says target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Now, normally when your opponent's at 20, 10 of those will do the trick. So, Leovold on the battlefield is a creature that says whenever you become the target of a spell or an opponent permanent controls, but that doesn't matter, of a spell or an ability an opponent controls, you get to draw a card, and that's kind of cool.
Pretty cool.
It is pretty
Unless
cool.
you draw 14 nothings.
True, and when 14 spells come your way, you get to draw 14 of those super sweet cards. That's one more than the ultimate flush in poker. Missed all of them, was not able to find a single one of his answers in those 14 cards, and he lost 28 life. Dylan gained 28 life, and as a state-based action, Chris lost.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Yep, and by him losing, Dylan won. When you
That
were...
would, that would put him in a winning position.
Yep.
Very much so. Should I get out there?
If you'd like to see if there's another match, I would certainly appreciate it.
Let's do it.
Wow. My goodness gracious. Golly gee willikers. What a world are we living in now? My goodness. Everybody, you're all great and amazing. Thank you so much for joining. It's so... I can't tell you how much I do appreciate that you all joined me for this stream. It means the world to me. It really does. And I know that I keep saying it, but thank you for your support. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you to those of you who have subbed. Thank you to those of you who are following. Thanks to those of you who are just watching. It's so awesome to have you all be a part of this stream. So, oh man. What's up, Tevin? What's up, everybody? I hope you are enjoying this stream. Ryan, he's back in the booth. He's out there trying to find us a match. Duress is force. Huh, interesting. Flusterstorm needs a reprint. I could see that. Just a noob, I totally get that. It is kind of late where you are. It's about 1:50. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. But you know what? That's okay. I appreciate you being here, Zach. The Flusterstorm got duressed early on, but I didn't see the Mindbreak Trap at all. And apparently that was in... Or maybe there's another Flusterstorm. I don't know. 2 a.m.? My goodness. You are the cream of the crop, Just a Noob, and to all of you who are on the east side. All of you out there.
I think that's it.
Abraham TV, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's awesome having you here. So we're coming up towards the end of our stream, unfortunately, due to the fact that that's just how it works sometimes.
Yeah. Who would have figured Storm is one of the last decks to finish?
No kidding. But we're going to take a look at what else is in that Magic World, and we're going to end up hosting over there. So stick with us for just a little bit. There's always more Magic to be had, and we're going to send you their way.
I could put people on to jam games.
Usually most of them clear out pretty quickly. We've tried that in the past, and usually they clear out.
Dang them.
I know.
Raise your 2 a.m.s up.
Raise them. Put your hands up for Detroit and the whole East Coast.
Okay.
Have a good night, Crimson.
I like the West Coast.
I also like the West Coast. That's the coast that I'm on, and it's treated me pretty well so far.
It's fine. It hasn't floated away yet.
A lot less Star City events, though.
It will.
Star Prox, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It is a pleasure having you here. And we're going to take a look at who we're going to host on over to now.
I always thought it was so weird that Seattle doesn't have that many big events when it's like, wasn't that game made here?
Icosahedron Workshop. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It looks like Holy Diva is on. We're going to host on over to her because she is awesome and another member of the Rogues Gallery. Always a lot of fun to support those other streamers because they are just so incredible and awesome, and I love working with them.
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
Great people.
Good people doing cool stuff. That's what it's all about. Though our
Very
computer
nice campaign message.
is currently at 100% of its capacity for the CPU, so it's a little bit frozen on this side of the computer.
Did I touch it again, do you think?
No, it wasn't you. Jinga, have a good night. Oh, like you aren't going to end up in Holy Diva's stream. The fact that you were here, you're probably watching 2 streams. You're probably watching 2 of them. But thank you, everybody, for the support. Thank you for being so phenomenal. And it's just awesome.
I picked up this sweet Hercules Recall. Oh, yeah.
Did ya?
Yeah. It was only like $25, but it's this art. Oh, wow, that looks crazy.
Ooh, it's a black border one.
Black border, frickin'...
Sorry about that. See you later.
Lady.
Sorry about... Oh, thanks, Jinga. I appreciate that. All right, everybody. We're going to call it a night. I'll see you all tomorrow. And remember, Sunday stream, noon Pacific time. Help me make that one a successful one. I'm nervous, but really, really, really excited.
I'll be there, or at least from a distance, watching. But on the stream, and not like in some weird across on a building rooftop.
However you do you, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
All right, everybody.
I can live stream you watching your stream.
That'd be hilarious. Whether it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Stay amazing, be amazing. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'll see you all Sunday.
See ya.
Until then, 2 weeks until the next Legacy stream, none next weekend. GP Vancouver. Wish us all luck. We'll see you there. Enjoy Holy Divas.
You.